The Out There channel, Robert and Paul.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
The Outlook channel. The Outlook channel. Yeah. I'm choking to death. Yeah, so I just come back from the hospital. Eye check again. On some more pills again. So God knows how I'm going to survive. Lowering in my immune system. Why the COVID is spreading like crazy. So perhaps someone's trying to kill me off. Perhaps I should go blind if I don't take the pills, but yeah, so a wee bit late starting today. I was going to push it to the weekend, but there's just so much hilarious stuff happening with Goof on attacking people that we just have to bring it to attention and just say I told you so, you know. It's about time people started listening to me. So this post up the side chat here. Looks like we had Countryman there. Not sure if he's disappeared again. It's like ufology people have ants in their pants and they can't stay in one place too long. Okay. And of course Countryman's in Australia, so he's probably got ants in his pants already. Nasty ants they have too. So live chat with Paul 42, more UAP vids and UFO Drama Updates. Hooray, hooray. And my website where you can join our Discord UFO group and submit things that you want me to analyze for you. Okay. There you go. I'll pin it. So who's out there? Anybody join us? Anyone out there? Oh, we'll see who shows up. So yeah, got a few updates I can talk about since last show. Some comments. You can get into the other stuff. So, as far as I know, Len's the only one that bothered replying to my last live show on paranormal. And he has an interesting story here, so I thought, since he's made it public, there's no harm in reading it out. We need you guys to be... I need to get... leave some... This won't go. I've got something banging next to me headset here. Alright, so we've got Len Firewood. If you want firewood, go and see Len. Had just posted a comment on your video. Live UFO chat with Paul 41. And He's saying, I had have been in quite a few allegedly haunted properties, including staying in an ancient cottage that my sister and husband were living in. The cottage was so old that during the Wars of Roses in the UK, it was also used as a temporary hospital. I once stayed up all night hoping to see a cloaked apparition. Yeah, most of us do that. We stay up all night looking for apparitions. No. That had often been seen walking across the room and disappearing into where the fireplace is now. So could there have been a doorway there at one stage in that case? See, they talk about ghosts being either residual, intelligent, or poltergeist. Residual is like it's playing back from the environment using, I don't know, stored crystals and rocks and building materials, and static that sort of creates a hologram. Now, how you do that, I don't know, but that's one of the claims. And it's just recorded someone walking through the place at one stage on a particular night where the electrostatic was able to record into the rock. How that happens, I don't know, but this is the theories that people come up with without having any proof, right? There was some experiment done where they did actually pull out some rock from a cottage and ran a stylus over it, and it played back sounds from when it was a pub, which is quite an interesting story. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's one of the stories I heard. But how that works, I don't know. Was it a stylus or was it a magnetic head? I think it would have to make sense to be a magnetic head, because the stylus runs on bumps. So how would the sound cause notches and grooves into rock, unless it sort of decayed and fell out? So it had to be magnetic rock. Must have a lot of ferrous in it that magnetized. Anyway, it recorded the sounds. I think it's really possible. So going a bit further, playing back images, maybe it creates a electric waveform into your brain, which makes you think you're seeing it, which makes more sense to me. But no one's actually explained it that way, except for myself. Then you got intelligent ones, which are meant to be the ones that interact with you, say yes and no to questions using light, using EMF, where the antenna is touched, it lights up and all that sort of stuff. And the last one is poltergeist, where it says that has to have a certain type of people in the house that actually feed into this paranormal field, which makes things to be able to move, like things thrown across the room and stuff. And it happens at certain ages, adolescent, below 15, teens in the house. So, yes, does that mean that our brains, or the kids' brains, for some reason, hasn't got a mental block of some kind which can influence the environment, and somehow it focuses the energy on lifting things and firing it across the room, which makes you wonder, is it possible to tap into that same field and make things hover like UFOs? That's the way I think. I always look a bit deeper, saying, well, if that's possible, then maybe there's a way to build a device that can amplify that somehow and actually use it for levitation. You've heard of these, what do you call it, where the priests try to get rid of the attached ghost or demons inside a person. What they call it? Yeah, man. What they call that damn thing? It's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of it. But anyway, when they expel the demons, they claim that sometimes the demon lifts the person up in the chair and slides them across the wall and all sorts of crazy stuff, which no one seems to have filmed it ever, which is a bit damn shame. Exorcist is the word I was looking for. Finally thought about it. Hey Gabba, you're still here. So just doing a summary of last episode at the moment. Then we'll get on to the drama and then look at some UFO videos being put out. So this is Len's story. So he saw this ghost walk across, where people were seeing this ghost walk across the room and enter a fireplace. I was very afraid of ghosts as a child. I think most childs are, because anything that's unknown is always scary. And at the age of around 3, I saw a creature come out from behind the large wardrobe. And in the bedroom came and stood at the foot of the bed I was in. I appeared to be made of quilt. And was called a funny. So is he saying the creature's made of quilt, which is like a bed with feathers in it, and was called a funny. I don't know how it knew its name, but that's its name. Okay, you're telling the story. And what else you got? Next page. Why is it not scaling up? Computer lagging. How I knew its name, but that name has great power because my mum was doing something one day, a housework task, clearing the stairs. I think I asked her why she was doing that. I was at the asking why stage that most kids go through. She said for fun. Screamed in terror because I thought she was referring to the Uber, not a taxi driver, Uber strange apparition or ghost I had seen. To this day I had no idea what I saw. I know I was plagued with horrible nightmares about... And just go up. What I saw. I know I was plagued with horrible nightmares. I think most of us get crazy nightmares about ghosts for a few years afterwards. Yeah, talking about dreams, I had one last night too. I was dreaming about something that was important. I had managed to fix it and get it working in a forest. And as I started walking away back to the cabin or whatever, there was 3 bear cubs standing around another tree. And I thought, oh shit, if the mum bear's around here, she's going to kill me. Come chasing towards me. So I thought, if I sneak past the cubs and keep walking, unfortunately I walked straight into Mama Bear. She was coming the other way and saw me and started charging towards me. So I started running down this hill, Forest Hill, and halfway down, the Papa Bear was coming up the other way and he was charging towards me, and it's about that stage that I woke up sort of thing and went off to the hospital. So I thought, oh crap, was that mean that's going to happen today at the hospital? I thought it was an omened nightmare. Yeah, I can't remember what it was about now. It was something important. It was to do with aliens too, which is oddly enough. I think it was to do with aliens. But as you know, I was talking about my story, which is why Len has replied to me about the hallway light going on. So it happened again, and that same day, but at 3:30, I'd just gone to bed, and I was just settling down, drifting off, and I heard the kitchen door go, because I'm in the other bedroom at the moment, and not using my normal bedroom, because it was too hot. But I'll probably have to move back now, because it's now winter, and it's actually it's warmer in here than the other room now. But yeah, so I just sat there, and I could see the light underneath the door was illuminating the bedroom, because the hallway sensor lights had come on again, and I could see them switching off and on every minute, which means that someone had to be walking up and down the hallway. And I thought, do I bother getting up, or is it someone that's got up us in the house? Or do I just check anyway for safety? Because maybe if I went to bed, maybe there was a prowler waiting for me to go to bed before they come out. So I got up anyway, and as soon as I put my feet on the floor in the bedroom, these sensor lights went off, all of them, just as soon as I touched my feet on the ground. It's almost like they knew I was going to come and check. And those sensor lights don't go off just like that. It's almost like they got turned off. But yeah, they don't stay on for 10 minutes either. They normally stay on a maximum of 30 seconds, unless they're still detecting motion. So I opened up the door slowly and looked, and the light comes on as I poke my head out, and it's dead quiet. There's nothing, no one up, no dog, no cat, no mice from what I could see. If there was mice in the house running up and down the hallway, I could understand why it's triggering the lights. So I thought, oh well, I'm too damn tired, and I'm going back to bed. And I don't know if anything else happened after that, because I fell back to sleep in the end. And then I woke up a couple of hours later, 3 hours later, I think it was, went to the toilet. And the lights were still working perfectly normal. So it's almost like someone's messing around with me. But anyway, back to Len's story here. So he's talking about this little small person coming towards his bed. Now, a lot of time we hear this one when people have out-of-body experiences. There's a little, what do you call, pixie man, a man with a long beard, but like a, what do you call those things they have, gnomes in the garden, but like that. Sort of stands next to your bed while you're out of body. I'm not sure if it protects your body or helps you back or whatever. But that's often the story, although I didn't manage to see any pixies or gnomes while I was floating up out of my body when I was a kid. But it doesn't mean it wasn't there. It may have been out of sight, so to speak. So yeah, a lot of these small people, little people, are related to alien experiences as well, which is quite interesting. So yeah, so I won't sort of laugh at that story of a little person coming out. There is that story about that Canadian musician that was in the bar after it closed, and this whole marching of gnomes, little old men ugly old men, he said, came marching through, paying no attention to him, and also walked through, could have been a fireplace or old fireplace. And the one at the end turned around and stood still and looked at him, tapped his feet, and then turned around and carried on walking out. Now, I can't remember who said that story. Was it Scott Brown that did that story? Someone like that. And I thought, yeah, we're starting to hear these little people stories. Mostly the kids see them too. But then again, you know that the demons can actually, the demon spirits, or whatever you want to call it if you believe in them, can turn into children to befriend the children of the house. But they're actually, one of many demons. What's some of the names out there? So and what's that one? Legion. We are Legion, which is more than one. It's a very common one. So back to Len's story. What I saw, I knew was plagued with horrible nightmares. I knew I was plagued with horrible nightmares about ghosts for a few years afterwards. One night, however, whilst in the middle of a nightmare where the fear levels were going off the scale, something flipped and I started screaming, "Ghost, ghost, ghost." Oh. And then to appear and nothing happened. Since that time I lost my fear of them, but always wanted to see one in order to satisfy my curiosity if nothing else. I somehow knew that having a material body now you're stuffing up. Where's the next button? Keep forgetting. I'll keep it there. Ghosts. So where do we get to? Since that time I lost my fear of them, but always wanted to see one in order to satisfy my curiosity. If nothing else, I somehow knew that having a material body gives me a superior advantage to them, so my fear of them was misplaced. Why don't they come on as a guest and talk the stuff too? Is what I said. And basically I said what I just said during that story. Long story. How much more is hidden inside Len? We need you to come on a live show and voice and talk the stuff out. As for ghosts, they claim they came in flavours, and I've already talked about residuals and how it works. And then I've added here, my theory is different. I say that they break into our universe, planet from multiverse, little men, etc. Some we just see walk. That's the wrong past. That's the wrong spelling for past. Should be ESED. Not fully break in like a membrane. Anyway, I thought I'd just share what good comment story there. Okay, so on to Goof On. Are you still there? Who's out there? Still anyone out there? Right. So, Goof On claims he's not going to talk about Lou anymore. Talks about Lou. And contradicts himself all the time. And talks about third phase again and Cambian again. In fact, he did a mockery hit piece of Steve, which is pretty bad. That came out after that one, so let's just cue it up. So he mocks his character and keeps saying that he's lying about third face, which is untrue.
And the best thing to do, trying to catch. I've been busting my hump, trying to catch Goof On, and I just can't do it. So I'm gonna try to rip him to shreds any way I can. And the best thing to do is lie, cause I don't got no proof. I gotta make shit up to make this guy look bad. It's amazing. I don't know how he does it. I don't do that mental gymnastics. Everybody accuses me of saying things that aren't really true. But let me tell you something. I've never brought anything positive to this field. I don't do that. I don't live in the positive world. I can't do it. There's so many people out
Is he playing third phase music? I thought I did by
there
mistake.
that lie, they cheat, they steal, and I just can't do it anymore. I mean, call me if you need anything debunked. I'm the best at making shit up. That's what I do. I'm Kylo Cambian. That's my name. And you're gonna learn a lot about me in the coming days. I gotta tell you, there's nothing more challenging than...
Okay, you got to remember, I'll just scroll back a minute. He said he was done with Cambian, wasn't going to do any more talk about Cambian anymore, and here he does his hit piece. It's hilarious. So if we go back to here, as long as he hasn't edited it. Now, let's
not a
have
big
listen.
change. It's just not attacking the little people, not the...
Okay. Let's see what double standards, lying, and hypocrite is.
Take them off. Don't take them off. Leave them on. Leave them on. Yeah, that's it. A little more to the right. And then David Lee Roth left. And then he did Yankee Rose. Remember? With the Yankee Rose, bright lights in your city light.
No, no, no. Do not sing.
Yeah, Yankee Rose was a bar, and I think, you know, you guys get it. You guys get it. You can see through the BS, and I definitely
No, they
know.
can't, because they're following Goof on. If they saw through BS, they wouldn't be paying him money and following this channel.
We've got the smarter group that comes over here. Then
Actually, I won't say anything about that, but smarter, no.
and the emotional, hateful, and never do anything positive show. Tell me one thing that was done positively. I can't think of a gosh darn thing. Not one thing. Like, we do things here. At least you can laugh sometimes. It depends if you like the humor. But you know what I mean? We do Ouija board. We play Magic 8 Ball. We do ad libs. We do all
shill
sorts of
stuff.
different things, and things that we don't do anymore that kind of run its course in a way, but maybe we can bring back. But I like to bring to the field a little bit of exciting... the view through my eyes is what I'm trying to do. That's it. And apparently, you're not allowed to be friends with people because you just can't. Yeah, you're not allowed to have friends in this field. Just so you know. All right? Just so you know. Like, I was doing my thing in Goof On, and we got up to like 900 subscribers, right? And then Third Phase of Moon calls in one night, and I'm like, Third Phase of Moon's here? And they're like, yeah, and they want to talk to you. I'm like, what? I go, holy shit, Third Phase of Moon is here in the chat room, and they want to talk to me? And me and Dave Scott from Spaced Out, sold out, were...
You couldn't say spaced out, sold out.
Yeah, that's right. I threw a little jab there. I'm a little bit upset right now. So, but I'm going to keep it. Dip it. It's a new me. Bip bip. Ship it. So, I brought them in, and we were talking. Dave and I were looking at a video that was on their channel. And we're like, oh, I don't know what this is. And I'm like, well, it's probably bullshit. It ain't real, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. And then Third Phase came in, and we were talking, and they're like, we've changed. And we saw what you were talking about, and you got it all wrong. And I'm like, all right, what the, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not listening to this. Nope, nope.
No one's allowed to tell Goofon he's got it wrong because he freaks out and attacks back. So I wonder what they're saying that he got wrong. Some debunk or about them. Yeah, let's carry on.
No. And I hung up on them. And Dave's like, why didn't you want to listen to what they were saying? Something like that. And I'm like, nope, not doing it. Nope, I'm not talking to Third Phase at all. No way. Nope. Well, look, they might have something to say. Look, they said they want to call. They're going to call back in. Take it, Rich, take it, Dave was telling me. I'm like, all right. And I said, okay.
So it's all Dave's fault from Spaced Out Radio why he teamed up with Third Phase. So there's your culprit.
I'll listen to I don't know what happened, I said. You got disconnected. So they were talking, and I was listening, and what they were saying to me made perfect sense. And since then, we've been friends for 3 years. And everything that they have said, everything they were accused of, they admitted to.
Liar, they didn't admit to the faking of the LA UFO event. They simply deleted the video and hoped people would forget. And they certainly didn't admit to faking the search and rescue USO event, which was fairly obvious what it was. A helicopter, because you can hear the helicopter noise if you carefully listen. And of course, recently, the 22 February 2022, where they claim they got the video from Jamie Mazzan. That's fair enough. The person's original video that filmed it said they stole it, which is possible. Jamie Mazzan may have stolen it and tried to use it under fair use. It's very hard to sue someone under fair use if they don't get permission, because it's normally they wouldn't complain because they're getting all that TV exposure for their video, I guess. But then if you don't mention whereabouts the source is, how are you going to get all those millions of people subbing to you? So I can see that maybe he would have been a bit annoyed even at that sort of level. But what they did is they cut out him explaining what it really was, not a UFO, at the end of the video. And they simply put it up on their show, and Third Phase reused it. So they made claims that, as I said in the last episode, so you'd have to go and watch it, the full stuff, that they were in talks with the guy, reaching out to him. And he says, nope, no one's reached out to me, not in talks with them, they're lying, they're just fabricating a story with their UFO narrative. And said, remove it, else I'll sue you. So they removed it, apparently. So they didn't come back and say that they were in talks with the guy and he asked them to remove it. And they didn't play any audio clip or interview with him where he was saying remove it, or any email correspondence. So yeah. So anyway, Goofon's saying that they weren't hoaxing that event. Well, obviously they weren't, because they're lying about being in contact. So the guy sent him an email and then removed it, and I guess they read that and then removed it, and they weren't in contact with him at all.
And when you become friends with people,
so he's saying you can be friends with anyone you want to, even serial killers, which does happen. A lot of groupie females go crazy for serial killers. You remember that Night Stalker guy? All the females were shouting and screaming at him and stripping off. Some crazy people out there. But being friends with a fraudster is not seen to be very credible, is it? Especially if you're trying to be a credible news source on UFOs.
You get to see the side that others don't. You get to learn the stories that other people get wrong, that they have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to stuff, and they'll do anything to save their pride. But a lot of
no, you just admit that you made a mistake, more information come through, and you're just doing an update, like I do. And you don't have to lie or ignore stuff. You can address it head on and get it out the way with. Say, oops, I made a mistake. I didn't see that part of the video because it was cut off or whatever. This is what happens in this field. Sometimes you can get tricked.
people were angry that I became friends with them. And when I say a lot, half a dozen. It's not a lot.
Yeah, I was pretty angry about it, so I must be half a dozen.
And it just seems like a lot. You know, you have one person that can show up in a chat room and disrupt the whole show, and everybody remembers that guy, but they don't remember the 2-hour show you did. You know, so it can be, it was poisonous.
Must be a useless show then, if that's the case.
And I ignored it, and I said, no, I see something in these guys that other people may not see or want to give the chance to see. And my reputation, I think, will withstand the friendship. And
No, it hasn't.
and it wasn't even in my mind until people started saying it to me. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what you think. And I really don't. And you know what? You shouldn't care about what anybody thinks as well. Be yourself. You know, that's the whole point of this change that has come
So be a hoaxer, be a fraud, be yourself. Great.
over. It's not a big change. It's just not attacking the little people, not the name calling, not, you know, just doing it to do it.
So I'll just point out, he put out this hit piece here, dressed up as trying to be scruffy, like wearing the black sunnies, which are the wrong type. I think they're not black enough. They're similar, but not quite close. And putting on the fake voice of Cambian, saying that he's a liar and all that sort of stuff. And now he's talking, this is the day before, you know, so the same day actually. This is the double standards this guy goes through.
Because, you know, it causes you to get more views or whatever, because that's all this is about right now. That's all it's about. It's about somebody's greed and need to be better than what we have here. And they can't and never will be.
So is he saying me or Cambian or the rest of us, because we're not working with third phase, getting freebie promotions, because when you're a big channel you're less suppressed than the rest of us. And Goofon was a nobody, remember? He only had a few handful of supporters that came over from the radio show that he was on, with Spaced Out Radio. And then he threw that under the bus and set it on fire and trembled it and blew it up. He really made a mess of that friendship he had with Dave. Went overboard, started blabbing out a lot of personal stuff on a live show, which can never really be undone, can it?
And that is who they are. That is their life. It has been that way because they play the asshole so poorly. You can tell that they don't know what they're doing. And I just sat there and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed, and meanwhile I have a nice friendship with Third Phase of Moon. Things have never changed here. We've grown. We may have lost a couple of people, but you know what? If I lost you because I became friends with Third Phase of Moon, I don't want you here. As plain and simple. I can be friends with whomever I want. So can you. Would you like me to tell you you can't be friends with somebody? How stupid is that? You know what I mean? This
is not the same. A friend is someone that you hang out with and trade life stories with, and online relationships are never at that same level as direct personal ones. Even if you talk to someone for years on years, it's still never quite the same, is it? Unless you meet in person, and then it sort of changes it. But being friends with frauds is the problem. Not that he's friends with he can be friends with anybody he wants, but being friends with frauds and attacking people in ufology that are people that are trying to do good things, instead of just attacking their mistakes or correcting their mistakes or pulling apart their arguments and debating with them, this guy simply just makes a fun mockery of them. And that's why he's got a following, I think, is that they like him doing the drama and attacking people and making funny voices. So you can do fun things. I've done little piss takes here and there, but it's never been really attacking the person. It's really attacking their bullshitting, the lies, right? Tyler would be one of them. And also I made fun of Third Phase of the Moon, doing my stunt with the fake North Pole visit, where they're going to visit Santa Claus. I did that funny one, right, and showed up the screen behind them moving, the green screen, where they're actually still in Hawaii, making a mockery of that Filipino one they did. Philippines, I mean. Hey, Gabba TV, you're back on. I've been on the waiting screen all this time. What's that mean? Oh, didn't Google flip over automatically? Alright, I had to refresh. Yep, that happens sometimes. If it counts down or whatever, even on premieres, it can do that too. Hit refresh button. Oh well, so you haven't been listening for the last 10 minutes then. Anyway, just carry on here where he's still defending.
is the mentality that we're dealing with here. You know, it's first grade. And, it's first grade through high school. And I'm not living it again. So
He's the one that is the bully, the high school bully, right? He's the typical character. He's the name caller. He's the one that starts the fights and then runs away. And goes and calls the headmaster and then gets the rest of the boys lined up and gets the cane while he's standing out there grinning. He's that type of guy. Troublemaker.
anybody and everybody can say what they want, put the little memes up, put the little video up of my face and it says pedogate on it, because I'm not a little bitch and I don't have to threaten.
Now, you remember what he did to me. He's doing exactly what he's doing to Cambian is what he did to me. And he also called Cambian a pedo, and he claimed he didn't. And he did exactly the same with me as well. And he put it even in writing. But Steve was lucky enough to get the video. Like I said, he had edited the video before I had a chance to play it, that last live stream. And I said, this have to be the last time I talk about this guy. But this is just so funny coming up that I have to play it. COVID, I've just been up the hospital, so it's on the cards. There's meant to be 12,000 people infected in Christchurch now. And the hospital says they can't even take people into emergency. If it's not really a real emergency, don't come to the hospital. That's how bad it is here at the moment. It's best to stay home. His voice makes me feel sick. Yeah, a lot of people can't listen to him for too long. But because we're taking the piss out of him, we can this time. Dear, oh dear. Let me just get a drink. I got this little niggle since I come back from the hospital. But it comes and goes, right? Every week it goes away and then comes back again.
Lawsuit.
I would love Steve to clean him out at the courts. I'd be quite happy to go on his class action that he did exactly the same to me. Maybe we can share the sum of money. If I was in living in USA, I would have probably taken him to court for the slanderous and the damage he did to my channel.
It's just, I love being me, man. I'm telling you, I love you for being you. And
but you can't call people pedos. It's the most dangerous thing anyone can do, and it's stepping way over the line.
When you lie to your audience about things, that should be the beginning of the end.
He lies all the time. He should have been ended a long time ago. And we're just going to show that on Stevian's little video he's done.
Never lied about freaking shit about what I've said, what I've done. And they can try to play the mental gymnastics any way they want.
Yeah, well, we're just going to prove to you. And I did it with the movie, the Contradiction movie. So we're going to now play Steve's bit, which proves otherwise. So, getting on to that. Where's it disappear to? Steve's put out this one. Third phase of the moon, shill, which is goof on, melts down over truth seekers being based. Is that what he used to look like? He was a chubby guy, was he? Is that the same guy? Twice the size? Is that goof on? Or has he just put it through some special software that makes people fatter? Could it be the same guy? Where he got that from, I don't know. I wish I had it. Is it him? What colour are the eyes here? Hazel? I know he used to be a bit chubby. Me, I'll go up and down weight as well. What colour is his eyes? We don't see it there. They do look like hazel eyes, don't they? Mine are green blue. It's got to be the same guy, isn't it? Anyway, anywhere else to tell whether it's him? Wow. Yeah, maybe. So that's goof on. Back in 1990, I guess. Someone's been doing some background checks on him. Anyway, let's play Truth Seekers bit here. I don't think he will remind mind too much, even if I play all. Okay, he does his normal TV screen with background music. So let's just go through what he's done here and expose goof on for what he really is. He hasn't got any sound going for some reason, I don't know. So what's that he's putting up at the moment? Deleted videos. So we played this clip before, didn't we? Oh right, I forgot to unmute it.
I told you I've been working all week non-stop.
Yep.
Oh, have you not fallen out with Cambian, have you, Rich? You fall out with everybody.
It's his fault, actually.
Is it? Oh dear.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Hey, when
Never,
people keep putting
never,
videos
never.
of me up and call me a hoaxer and a liar, and then tell me just because I'm supporting third phase of Moon that I lose all credibility. I'm not going to
Which is
sit
true,
idly
true,
by and
true.
not say anything.
To people
And
with brains,
Cambian
anyway.
cried like a little bitch yesterday when I came out and I gave an example and I said something, but he thought I called him a pedo, which I didn't. I gave an example.
Liar, liar.
Like I say, you are who your friends are. My father used to say that. You know, you are who your friends are. But
Hey,
not
Joss,
every
how's it
single
going?
time it works out like that. I mean, you could be friends with people and not have the same beliefs in them, you know, politically or whatever. You know, you name it. You could be totally different and be friends. And it's rare, but it happens. And, well, in this situation, you know, Third Phase had a history, so he made a video with me talking and put music up behind it. And I gave an example. I said, so if your friends were pedos, does that make you a pedo? Oh, I guess apparently so with your logic. Because...
Okay, so this is the clip that he deleted that we didn't get to play last time. And this proves how much he changes what he says around, because what he just said is less harmful to what he said here. Now this clearly makes an association with Steve being a pedo without any, it's just a baseless claim like he did on me.
You could be friends, Stephen, with a pedophile. You know? What does that make you? Pedophile?
Okay, so that's what he really said, which is more damaging.
You know, and then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna sue you! You can't say that, that's libel!
Yep.
Wowzers.
Can't say that! So I had to remove it.
Okay, so Steve's added in the thing here, so voicing it over, which is not as good, I don't think. Lying again, another lie. I never said that. His fake narrative falls apart. Lies to save face and make me the bad guy. I never said that. What part did he mean that he never said that? That he's going to sue him?
It out of my video because, you know, I don't want any problems just for some people like her taking it the wrong way. I don't want any problems just for some people like her taking it the wrong way. Like her.
So he did exactly the same with me. He called me Paula instead of Paul. And tried to change my sexuality. To try I was saying I was a tranny or something. Just like he's doing now with Stephen. Hey Joss, you got to at least post some comment. Instead of those emojis, right? We won't allow it. Or we'll end up blocking you. If you want to stay and listen. Okay.
Like her. Like her.
So Steve said the same there. He's not a transgender or whatever.
Like her.
Let's see what he's saying. Listening to this nonsense, purposefully misgendering me. I am somehow a trans female. I'm not. More mudslinging garbage. Yep.
Like her. Like her. Because you could be friends, Stephen, with a pedophile. You know? What is...
So could Goofon be a friend of a pedophile? Anybody could be a friend of a pedophile if they don't know the person is that inclined. But then the way he changes it at the end is making it sound like Steve is a pedophile.
Does that make you a pedophile? Maybe it does.
See, that bit at the end is probably the liable bit. Does that make you a pedophile? Maybe it does. You can't say that sort of stuff. It's really damaging. And social warriors have taken stuff that's been said on social media before and burnt down, tried to burn down the guy's house and got the wrong house and burnt down the neighbour's house. It was a cover-up from Facebook, I think it was. They covered it up pretty good. It was on the news channels and stuff, but in the end they settled and got the guy money and rebuilt the other house. So it can go badly wrong.
Houses.
Can't say that. So I had to remove it out of my video because, I don't want any problems just for some people.
He doesn't want any court action.
Like her taking it the wrong way. Like her taking it the wrong way.
That makes me sad because I like you both and you two got on like a house on fire.
So anyway, so I removed it out of the video because I did my rebuttal against the things he was saying about me in Third Phase, and of course I'm going to stick up for my friends. And I had in the title.
Countryman, I think Joss might be a troll. Might be goofon.
Of the show, Stephen Cambian is a hoaxer. I said if you go back, within 5 years, Third Phase really hasn't done anything that you could say they hoax. So he goes back 8 years. The same stupid.
Actually, he went back to February 2022 this year, and also referenced the original one which they admitted to. But I've shown plenty of other hoaxes they've done in between, which this guy seems to somehow bury or say they weren't proven or something. Despite it was them filming the event in real time both times and claiming it was a UFO, and there was nothing in the papers the next day apart from a search and rescue operation, and the other one was 00 because there was no lights in the sky over LA at all, because it was fabricated with reflections, and Third Phase was behind it. And unfortunately I didn't download the video. I should have done. It's the early days where you learn. They're going to delete the video. Make sure you keep a copy so you can play it back and analyze it back again later.
Stupid garbage that everybody does. Oh, they did this. They said it was in the Philippines when they were in Hawaii, and I'm like, that's 8 years ago. You're not listening. So it was just this me rebutting the video he put up with me talking.
And you remember I said that he'll keep bringing up Third Phase, the good guys and all that every week. And he has done it again this week, And it'll be the same next week and the week after and so on.
And defending Third Phase and putting up disparaging comments about me. So I said, hey, look who's talking, dude. You had Richard Doty on your show. You had Anjali on your show. Who are you to talk? You're promoting hoaxers. So it got in.
Is he promoting hoaxes, or was he trying to expose hoaxes by having them on his channel to give them some hard questions or catch them out in stuff they said previously? There's no harm in having hoaxes on there, as long as you say that you don't believe them to start with, and you're going to interview them to get and ask them more questions that hasn't been asked already. I don't see any harm in that, unless you're going to later say, well, there they are, they lied on my show about this, and you've got the evidence, you can use it because you got copyright of it. So I don't see anything wrong with that. But going on to a hoaxer's channel, that's a big channel, and getting promotions and lying about what they're doing is a different thing, which is what he's doing. A sponsored advertisement. Yeah, probably. A paid troll. Yeah. That's alright. Oh, at least you made it to the show. It was a spear of the moment.
Into
A
that
spear.
little battle, and then he did his show right after mine. And I'm gonna sue you. You know, I could strike your channel.
Well, you can try, but I tried to do that with Google, and they totally ignored it. So yeah, they do protect the big income earners. So he's now one big income earner because he gets like $100 plus donations a day, doesn't he? So he's getting up there with income up to what Tyler is making currently. He's got like 60 members paying $5 each. I don't know how many patrons he's got. I think it was 36 last time I looked. It's not quite up with Tyler's 400, but if they're paying $5 each there, that's $250 on 5 times 300 coming in on Google memberships. Give 1/3 to them, so you end up with 200 in your pocket. And then you got Patreon, where you only give away 5%, which is more like it. And he's got 36, so say $5 each there. That's again $180 coming in. Minus fees, probably ends up with about 150 of it, so $350 a month coming in. Memberships, plus he gets all those super donations. Yeah, he does. He contradicts himself all the time, double standards, and he misquotes people, and it's just bad for ufology. It really is, and he's telling other people are bad for ufology.
Fucking prick.
He's quite angry there. This is his real self. And when he's on his channel, he's all nice and sweet and giggly and laughing and all that. But this is really his bitter, evil twin.
I'm gonna have to get you both on the same channel together.
It ain't happening. Fuck him, and I'm done with that fucking shit. I'm done. I'm not apologizing. I'm not gonna do anything else to fucking mend this relationship. It's over. Fuck him. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck everybody. I'm done. I don't want to fucking apologize for something I didn't do wrong. I'm not. I don't want to be friends with somebody who's gonna fucking stab me in the back every fucking chance they get.
So far he's done everything wrong. He's the one that's in the wrong. And he could be taken to court.
Every fucking end of show. I'm gonna talk to Solar Marshall and talk shit about you.
See, real professionals like myself never ever do character mocks and attacks like that. It's just not needed. Unless they do it first, then it's fair game. But generally, I don't do it.
Fucking cocksucker.
I have to say that's quite a good impression of his laugh.
I need to find that video now.
It makes me sad. It makes me sad. I have not seen
Well, the video's been edited, so you won't find much of it.
the video, but it makes me sad because of how much you two got along before. But yeah, I get it, Rich.
And he doesn't listen. He doesn't listen to anything Third Face says or what I say. He just says what he wants to say, and he makes up shit, and he fucking...
This guy never listens. I tried to correct him on his balloons thing, saying he's wrong, and there's some science pages on Twitter. Never reads the stuff, never listens to the videos. And when we presenting them and reading it out, you know, he never ever listened. So yeah, it's a kettle calling the pot black all the time, was this guy.
lies, and I'm done with it. I just can't stand fucking lying debunkers. They're worse than hoaxers, and that's what he did. Done. End of it.
No, he didn't. He didn't lie at all. He's saying that he's lying about the third face stealing it. Well, according to what that guy said after the event, saying that they did steal it. So if you steal it off, if you borrow it off someone that stole it, is it still stolen? You know what I mean? If you take it from Jamie Mazan, it's still stolen. So if you're now accomplice to it. So this guy saying they didn't ask permission at all is not making up lies. So he's not a lying debunker, as he's claiming here.
You want to fucking strike my channel? Go for it. You want to fucking take me out? Fucking have fun.
Well, unfortunately, one strike won't take him out, and he's already got a backup channel, and already Google said that they can't stop people making backup channels. They don't even abide by their own rules. Instead of just shutting it down, because if they do that, then all those people that are admin wannabes on Google are losing out on their payroll. They're not going to shut it down. It's the problem. You can't self-patrol your own system. You need a third party to do that for you, else you have people in admin that are biased and maybe even be fans of the channel and protect it. You need someone that's neutral, non-biased, right, to do this censorship. And if they want to do censorship, I don't believe in censorship myself, but I do believe if they're using their channel to cause possible suicide or income loss, then really they should be punished somehow, and that's where the strike system should be used. Community strikes should really be 3 strikes and you're out, really, in your community. 3 strikes is a bit lenient, and they're thinking about giving 4 strikes for a community or whatever. I think maybe 2 strikes a maximum. If you do it within the same month, you know, then it sort of can be then voided after a month. And if you repeat again, and then have a certain number of strikes that have been cleared, once you go up to so many of them, 5 or something, then your channel can be deleted. They should never be forgotten. But they have less weight until you get more of those ones that have been cleared. So you're not learning your lesson, really, are you?
This is the
Fucking
most
for what? For what?
I've
I didn't
heard
do
you
anything
swear.
wrong.
No, he never does anything wrong.
Because you could be friends, Stephen, with a pedophile. You know? What does that make you? A pedophile?
Okay, so he's keep repeating that just to reinforce what he actually said.
Because
And he's playing it again. I never did anything wrong. Yeah, but calling someone a pedo is doing something wrong.
See, I like Truth Seekers. I'm not. I do like him. He looks like Kylo Ren.
I mean, he's good for maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and after that, it's the same song and dance every show. I mean, you could say that about me, but at least, you know, I'm not picking
His
on
is exactly the same. Once you've seen one show, you've seen them all.
people every 2 days. I mean, he's just about clickbait. He's about making drama, about trying to take down the same people everybody's taken down before.
Doesn't it sound like Goof on though? Ah, what a hypocrite.
Or Wilcock and Corey Good and you know, and do the old what do they call that? Fucking mental gymnastics with words and everything. I mean, that's what he's trying to do with me, switching words around, making it look like I was saying shit I wasn't. It's the oldest trick.
That's what he does.
Because you could be friends.
Yeah, so he's playing that back, that he's changing his story.
If somebody fucks with you, that's it. You told me that a long time ago. If somebody pisses you off, and I saw that with Dave Scott, And obviously I'm seeing this now with you and Steve, and
You better watch out, Alien Addict's coming after you
next.
next.
About this if I'd have known this had happened. But so there's no mending this.
No, I will not mend it. I'm done mending shit with people because look, I've been friends with you for a while. I've been friends with Third Phase of Moon for 3 years. We never had to mend any shit.
Yes, you did.
But I'm paranoid.
That's a lie. Remember, he was going on about Alien Addict wouldn't come on his show. He was blabbing on and on and on, and then it turns out he misunderstood it, and he did try to let him know that he wasn't going to make it this week after all, and all that sort of stuff. He always jumps the gun, right? He tries to mend relationships all the time with people.
That way, I think everybody hates me. So.
They do at the moment, don't they?
No, only the people who don't know the whole story. Like somebody in the chat room saying, "Oh, ever since Cambian told the truth about Third Phase. Look, Third Phase told the truth."
That's true. Ever since he did that hit piece on Third Phase, exposing them after they wouldn't have him on their show, which again is double standards of being a hypocrite. Why didn't you do a hit piece before asking to be on their show? But I can understand. He could be just playing them. Just play along, be friends, get some free advertising to boost your channel, and then out them. Get them. It's called getting in the insides to be able to out them. So maybe Steve was a bit cunning there, and he's been playing them along all the time, waiting to get the real dirt on them. So maybe I'm been a wee bit harsh on Steve Cambian if that's the case, but once people start going on all these forged channels quite regularly and then insult you on Twitter saying it's none of my business and all that, then instead of just letting me know what's really going on, then there's only one way I can take that, is that he's accepting that Third Phase had changed nonsense and didn't care what Goofon had done to me or others prior to him being friends with him. That's how I took it.
About Third Phase. They came out and told everybody about these things, that they made mistakes and all that stuff. All my thing is, I say go back within the last 5 years and show me something they purposely hoaxed. And he can't. And he had to go back 8 years to do it.
Which again is lies. How's the audio going anyway? Oh yeah. Now my throat's getting a bit croaky there. Okay, so what is he saying here? Lying again, yep. We showed fake Third Phase stories from February, which is the one, April and May, and many more to come. So it's not the end of the story, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out next. Maybe I'll just go back to my regular debunks and skywatching soon then. We got some more here, is it? How many times is he going to lie? We have facts and evidence. He has lies with no backup. It's good that Steve has finally noticed that. Just don't understand why he's got like 8,000 subs that don't understand that. Because he attacks so many people. Those people that subbing to him also hate the people that he's attacking. Maybe that's part of it. It's like attracts like, right?
When it comes to like Third Phase of Moon, and thank you Jennifer again for the super chat, and Mr. Catfish, I think that was for some reason blurred out. I don't know what you said. Rich has been polite, tolerant, and tolerant of dyslexia, tolerant of Cambian for ages. Yeah, that's all I've seen. But I have not seen Jen, I have not seen what's gone off between Rich and Cambian. I need to go watch it straight away after
A
this
couple
show.
of months ago, he put a video up of me defending Third Phase with music behind it. Fine, I mean, that was cute and funny and everything. And I listened to him talk about how I suck their ass and I get paid by him or them. All the other lies.
Which
and all
he
this
does.
shit. Yeah, and they don't pay me.
They do pay him.
I mean, I do work for them. And
He works for them.
they don't pay me.
They don't pay him. Which is lies, because he gets the ad money, he's going to say.
I mean, I do work for them. I don't
Contradiction in the same sentence.
get paid to be their cheerleader.
Yep.
Videos, I go to on Third Phase UFO Report, and I put videos up and try to, figure out what they're actually posting on their channel. And, I get the ad revenue from that. And
So he's just admitted he does get paid. Plus they do super chats. I got some snapshots of them doing super chats to him, because if he was teching me, they'd give him donations. It's almost like if you go into tech the Out There channel, we have a whole people here donating lots of money to you.
they don't pay me. I get the ad revenue from that. And they don't pay me. I get the ad revenue from that. I get the ad revenue from that. But the thing with Cambian that really is frustrating, and
Okay, so ad value, ad money may not be much money, but still it could add up. If it's 30,000 views on the episodes he does, still could be like $50. That's nothing to sneeze at, right? Blue Chicken, how's it going? Read the chat in Cambian show. Third was there. They said they do pay him. Really? So there you go. There's another witness to the claim. Yeah, I've got snapshots of it on Discord, I think, as well. You can screenshot it. No, I don't need to. Like I said, this is why I never really went out after him. I did the movie, and then I said, that's it. I've had my last say on the stuff he said to me, but I still feel that he owed me a public apology. Because he caused my channel so much damage. Not just me, but people that were working with me. Causing stress and... I don't know. I got third-hand information. Then I was told that I was lying about it because... take Charles, he was like another co-host we had. He was saying I was lying or making things up. But it's only because he was misinterpreting what I was saying, and because he saw my other channel, helper channel, because I allowed him into my behind the scenes. And he goes and tries to blab it out to everybody and stuff. The helper channel was there when my main channel got blocked, so I could use that to communicate. But also it was there for anyone to also help me with the workload, or use it for replying to comments, because they didn't want to join up YouTube to do it, or some of the other things. So that was fair enough. So the only way to get them to help me was to give them an account. And of course, normally I have my own personal account that I renamed, and then I had my channel account. But that's bygones now, and I've explained it time and time again, and people just don't listen. It's not like I got hundreds and hundreds of troll accounts, which Nocturnal News admitted that he had hundreds of accounts. He says everybody does, which I don't. I only had one helper account, and he was saying that he got paid by Tyler Klotner to troll people and to pay off people, and he could keep the rest of the money. So that's the kind of people we're dealing with here, because they make lots of good money out of this YouTube. It's an easy life, right? Yeah, so he's conned a lot of people, Blue Chicken. He conned you because you come along after all the stuff that happened with me. So you didn't get to see what happened beforehand. But he's never changed. But he's eased off a wee bit on some of the stuff, you know, some of the attacks and all that sort of stuff. But like a leopard can't change its spots, right? It always circle back. And eventually karma, like Steve Cambian will say, karma will have its day, right? Do I do anything active against him, or do I just sit back and just create a video about the lies and just move on and let karma deal with it? That's what I basically did. I just let karma deal with it. I leave it to my black energy. When people have backstabbed me in the past, I always had lots of bad luck happen to them until they apologised for what they did and tried to stir up trouble and all that stuff in my life. And until they apologise, the black karma will keep bringing bad luck into the life where they have things go terribly wrong. So I kind of believe in it because I've seen it happen time and time again, that these people that in my past have done some really nasty things to me have come gutses eventually. I think if you watch that thing where the story of him using that Ouija board to communicate with the devil, and he promised to give him everything if he could give Gufon fame and money. Well, he's got all that now. So as the devil's finally bringing in the promises that he said the devil didn't actually respond because nothing good started happening. But maybe now it has come in that the devil is now giving him that stuff, and he's going to have to lose his soul to the devil, which would be a bad thing, because I think they will come and collect. Because I remember when my auntie, she used to do the Ouija board things, and she had lots of good luck in her life, and I just wonder if she promised that the devil could have her soul if good things would happen to her. And she did. She came into a rich man and had a good life and all that sort of stuff. And when she was about to die, she said she could see these cloaked figures, and she doesn't want to go with them at the end of the bed, the evil. And she turned Catholic in her life, turned religious. But I don't think you got to use a special reincarnation or whatever it's called, which you got to deactivate the promises to the devil using this special Catholic verse, you know, a bit like exorcism uses, and try and undo it. If you believe in that sort of stuff, and over the years, I sort of believe it now, because if someone's dying on the bed and they see these figures waiting to carry her away, don't let them take them. She was saying, don't let them take me. Don't let them take me. So she was actually physically seeing what was there, and the priest was reading out from the Bible and stuff. So that wasn't helping. So yeah, don't make promises to the devil, because you may regret it. And I think Gufon's going to regret it, because I think a lot of the good luck that's happened to him is because of this Ouija board experiment he did. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but you might be able to still find it on Spaced Out Radio, where he was being interviewed. I see Cambian went online about the same time I did as well tonight, so I haven't looked at the latest. Cambian seems to be an okay guy. Yeah, that's what I thought, and that's why I started talking to him before he actually knew about all these other guys existing, right? And I promoted him and stuff, and of course Gufon was, his trolls were trolling me and looking for new content and providing him with the content. It's funny how much stuff I had done would maybe years ago would end up in his show that he had never seen before. So I reckon when I played Cambian the following week, he was playing Cambian. I thought that's kind of strange. And he reached out to him and all that sort of stuff, and they become friends. And then I was telling Cambian, please do not go on his show, do not be friends with him, because it undermines everything I tried to expose about the guy, because he's a truther. And of course Steve did, and it undermined me. And then I said, well, that's it, I'm done with Steven now. Because he was mocking me, saying why should he listen to me about who he goes on. But if he was saying it was part of a bigger plan, then I may have accepted it. So I don't know if it was a bigger plan or not. I still don't know. These guys still could be playing us. They're going to forgive each other, still end up on everybody's show. And this drama may have caused a wee bit more traffic going to their channels. But we'll wait and see. We'll see if this is really just another UFO drama that goes nowhere, or either it damages Goofon if he keeps on attacking Cambian, because Cambian's got quite a lot of followers now, and he has a lot of guests on that probably wouldn't even go on Goofon's show, so it could be a lot of damage to him. So he apologises to Cambian, even though he just says he's not going to, and then he does another hit piece, this one after, where he mocks him. It makes no sense to me. This guy, I just wonder if it's all the drugs he takes, or all the weed, and he forgets what he's talking about, or goes back on what he says all the time, because he can't remember what he said. Because it's got to affect his short-term memory, because I know my friends were smoking weed, I'd never do it. And I saw how they acted, and I could see how it changed them for the worst, not the better. Sometimes it would make them spaced out and easier to be with, but sometimes they would do some crazy, stupid stuff, like smashing car headlights, walking along the street, and karate kicking things, or climbing up a wall, or doing some crazy stuff, a wall that's up high, like 3 stories and stuff, where they can fall down and hurt themselves. That's the sort of crazy things they would do when they were on it. Two sides of a coin. Yeah, still a coin. Yes, that's very true. He says he's going to have to change his ways, and I've yet to see it. He may have mellowed down a wee bit, though, and since the attack on me, but he profited out of that. But he may not profit from this next attack he's doing with Cambian. He profited from attacking Lou, of course, and other people.
He never does anything positive. It's always a negative. He never brings anything new to the field that can...
Hang on. Cambian does positive things by exposing the frauds in the field. So there's a lie straight away that he never does anything positive. Maybe if you focus it on the frauds all the time, it looks like a negative to some people, but to the rest of us, it looks like a positive thing. And that means if he's exposing Corey Good and all this, then I don't have to do that, and I'll just focus on these other people that put out crap videos all the time, because that's my expert area of field. But Steve is good at digging down and finding things they said in the past, or things they were promoting, which is fraudulent. He's good at that sort of stuff, and I'm more good at the video side of seeing what it's been faked or not. So I was quite happy with Cambian doing his thing, because someone has to do it, and he's dealing with these guys that tend to get all upset and want to sue you. So he's got lawyers, he's got some money, he can handle all that crap. Well, the YouTube guys come into fair use, and I'm allowed to roast them or whatever. That's the standard business. I'm allowed to expose their lies. But I don't try and name call them. But I know Steve has called people, shills and all that sort of stuff, made claims that he didn't have hard evidence to back it up, and he got sued in court for $25,000 by someone. So I don't know who that someone was. So Steve's been through all the ropes and is a bit more careful now and uses disclaimers and things.
Actually propel ufology forward. It's always taking somebody down, making somebody look bad because they talk shit. I get it.
Sorry, Blue Chicken, I
I've
won't do
done
the
it,
dance
you
at the
know,
moment.
It's just there's no other side to the guy. It's all negative. It's bad juju over there, man. I mean, I don't mind bad juju, but I can only listen for a few minutes, and then after 5 minutes.
That's the same statement he said about mine. He can't listen to me. And that's a shame, because if he listened to a lot of my shows, he would have learnt a lot. So he needs to listen. And of course, if any Haas listens to things, and he gets the story wrong, just like this guy saying that it was stolen, he didn't listen to what the guy had to say, and straight away started attacking Cambian, saying he's a hoaxer debunker, or whatever, lying debunker. It's all twisting things around all the time. It's crazy.
Minutes of yelling, I'm out. But that's his style. People like it. He's got his following, and that's that. I am sorry for that things had to go south.
There you go. Now he's saying he's sorry. I think he's just realised he's opened up too much on this live show. Really, Alien Edit needs to delete it, but then it's already too late because we've got recordings of it.
I feel bad for everything that I said and happened. I'm not apologizing. I'm not going to do anything else to fucking mend this relationship. I am sorry for that things had to go south.
Contradiction in the same show.
That I said. I'm not apologizing. I'm not going to do anything else. I am.
That is typical Goofon. He'll say one thing, that he's a people person, then later on at the end of the show he says, "Oh, I'm not a people person."
I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing. I am sorry. I'm not apologizing. I am sorry. I am sorry for that things had to go south. I feel bad for everything that I said and happened, but I can't sit idly by and not say anything and defend myself.
Yeah, let's give on a bit.
One day at all. All week long. Didn't even talk about Corbell or anybody else. I was just talking about ufology.
Liar.
Back to the principles and things that we need to learn about, and the current events, and the history of.
He says he's not going to talk about Lou anymore, or Corbell, and what happens next week he does.
Ufology and stuff with popular things that happened in the past. So I'm moving on, and I hope he does too. But man, I just feel bad that all that happened. I really do. It sucks, but I'm an emotional guy. I wear my emotions on my sleeve just like he does. So. He knew what he was doing, and I fell for it, and that's on me. So, what can you do? You learn.
I mean, without bringing up the P word, because I'm a little bit funny about that on the told tube. I'm kind of just blind to what's gone off, and didn't expect to be talking about this tonight, but. I'll be honest, it's something to speak about because it's two people who I have many a conversation with. I mean, my boy Rich here, obviously we've known each other, Rich, for a long time now. I've only known Cambian for quite a few months. I haven't got a bad word to say about him because,
I can't figure out this guy out, really.
Which guy?
Stephen,
what's his name?
Stephen Cambian.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. He's a bit strange, but he's got children of his own. And he's saying,
"Oh my God!"
He's saying, "I've got children."
I can't. I just fucking can't.
And then he's saying, "I've got charity."
That's hilarious.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day,
So he's saying that because Steve's got kids that are disabled, now Goofon's calling him a pedo. Is he abusing the disabled kids? I don't know, it's getting really messy, isn't it now? All these people that got half brains and not understanding it at all and misinterpret it. And Goofon's saying, I can't handle this anymore, I'm going and going. And then he comes back.
It's just, there's been a lot of drama happen on YouTube, especially when it comes to the UFO field.
And I didn't call him that. I never called him that. Think about what you're saying.
In a roundabout way he did, didn't he? Really close to the knife, in fact.
Before you say it.
Yeah,
I never...
And why did you cut it out then, if you think it's safe? Because you're worried he's going to use it in court. Looks like you didn't cut it out in time because he got a copy of it.
I called him that. It was an example. I could have used the word hoaxer instead of pedo, which in retrospect I wish I did, but I knew I needed to trigger, and get his attention, so I knew what word would have worked. And I didn't call him that. I didn't call him that. It was an example, everybody. God almighty, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, never used the P word. Oh, my God. Because... you could be friends, Stephen, with a pedophile. What does that make you? A pedophile?
There he goes. He just told him he's a pedophile.
Maybe it does. It's like, Jesus, I mean, are you guys all fucking snowflakes? What happened to your balls? I don't understand what happened to men in this fucking world. Grow up. Fucking take the heat. Take the fucking bite. I mean, you fucking attacked me, expect me to attack back. But I did not.
See, that's not very professional, is it, guys? Come on. We don't really need to listen to all that sort of behaviour, but it needs to be dealt with, doesn't it? And people need to see that he's not a really good person and for ufology, and they shouldn't be subbing to him. Because this is really his real side, I think, the real side of Goofon.
And would never call anybody that. And I didn't.
Liar, 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 or he's got some mental memory problem.
It was an example I used, that if you fucking hang out with them, then you must be, because that's what he says I am, and I'm not.
He's taking it as it's offended.
Because... you could be friends, Stephen, with a pedophile. What does that make you? A pedophile?
It's not exactly the same as using it as an example. That's a bit more deeper, I think. I wonder how the law would see it.
Between me and Cambian, I thought we were on the same team. So.
Ah, right, he's on the pedo team. A pedo calling another pedo. Yeah.
Well, he started talking shit,
Backing up with the evidence. Where's the evidence to back that claim?
What are you talking about?
If he is or not, whatever, if that, where's the evidence to back all that claim? If he is or not?
Because...
See, there's that half brain. Where's your evidence for calling him that? See, that guy's not getting what he's saying, so he's getting more frustrated. I didn't call him a pedo, so I don't need any evidence.
You could be friends, Stephen, with a pedophile. What does that make you? A pedophile?
I think so.
Maybe it does. But, when you don't hear what people are saying, and you just have this idea because the P word was mentioned, doesn't mean you called that person the word. It's so goddamn stupid.
It's hilarious, though, isn't it?
Again, Rich, I've not watched. I need to see these videos because are they still?
Well, I removed it out of the video, so you're not going to see it or hear it.
Ah, dear.
And as I'm removing it, I'm like, I shouldn't even do this. I have no desire to do it, but I did it because I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that that could come back someday, and I don't want that to happen, so I removed it. I thought I did.
So he's saying you trust no one. I said that, now it's archived away. He could use it against me later on in life to blackmail me. That's what he's saying. So yeah, it's sort of really making him look like a bad character.
I did the right thing, but I also said the right thing. I'm not admitting guilt at all. Because
shifty eyes.
You could be friends, Stephen, with a pedophile. What does that make you? A pedophile? Maybe it does.
See, I think he's skinny because he used to be fat. He's skinny because he does all the drugs now. And that's typical of people that do weed a lot. It suppresses your hunger and all that sort of stuff. So they only eat 1 meal a day or something,
I don't know. He's just playing, what do they call that word? Gymnastics, mental gymnastics. He's good at switching words around. And but after today, after I do my show...
That sounds just like Goofon. He's calling people what he exactly is. It amazes me he doesn't even see it himself.
And say what I have to say about yesterday. I'm done. I'm done with him. I'm done with that chapter, and I'm moving forward. So, whatever.
Which is lies, because he's done 3 other things since.
Well, I'm done. I'm so tired of it. I know, and I've created a lot of negative drama.
Okay, so this is the thing he did last night. Piss take of him.
Trying to debunk somebody when you don't have the evidence. So you gotta lie! That's what I'm doing!
Okay, so that's what he's done after that. As a hypocrite.
It just, after a while, it's nice to have a wake-up call. And I'm glad it happened, but I'm not glad it happened, but it had to happen. So I'm glad for that.
You wouldn't speak to him?
Nope. I have nothing to say. It's all been said. He hears what he wants to hear, and that
is Goofon to a T, and he hears what he wants to hear.
And I don't see how he can't hear things the way they were actually said.
That's Goofon. He's talking about himself. It's hilarious.
That's what I'm talking about. He knows what I said. Because you could
be
sure
friends,
Stephen, with a pedophile. What does that make you? A pedophile?
Yeah, Steve's friends with the guy from he also called him a pedo. The HQ, new HQ of MUFON. Oh god, he wasn't referring to the old one; he was referring to the new one. So he said exactly the same thing to Stephen now.
Maybe it does. He's just switching it to make me look like the bad guy. That's the game that he plays. It's very smart, because he's the one who put the video out. The second one.
He's a lot smarter than Goofon, that's for sure.
First one, I didn't even say anything bad about it. I just let it go because it was okay. It was just me talking with music behind me. But people have been coming to me and telling me, you have no idea who your friends are, do you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, Cambian cuts you down every chance he gets, and I just wanted to let you know because I'm looking out for you, but,
I wonder who's looking out for Goofon, the troublemakers out there. Is it Paige Shills from Tyler? So Steve's put up this thing here, lying again. What's it say though? It's a bit blurry. Where is the evidence, Rich? What's it? Name your fake anonymous sources. I never. What's that say? Disparaged him, but behind his back. So he's claiming he never talked behind his back. Never. He is making up fake sources again. of sources here. Spies are everywhere. I don't think Steve was talking behind his back, though. I don't remember anything bad being said about him. So, yeah, I wonder who these anonymous sources were, as Steven's saying.
And all this, and I'm like, don't worry about it, I won't. You know, so when I find that stuff out, and then he puts another video out a couple of months later, saying that I am this and I am that, you know, and all that, and it's just not true.
Okay, spies are everywhere. Hey, David, how's it going? Richie is the bad guy. He can't even argue a real argument to defend himself. Yeah, it's true. It's all name calling. That's exactly right. And he would make a bad juror, like many of the people in ufology, because they believe the shills, and they also forget what they said earlier and misquote things, and it's really bad. Me, I normally want to look it up again and say, oh, there was something like this, but I'm not too sure. Let me just look it up. You know, but these guys seem to quote it just like they think they know what was said, and it turns out to be totally untrue. I've learnt my lesson there, not to say this is the actual quote. I'll say the quote went something like this, but I'll look it up just to be sure. And you can see we're almost to the end of this video, so I've almost played it all, but it's but I skimmed parts of it. See what happens at the end.
True. You know, I just as other people, like the people I attack, you would think they would say something, and you know, some people do, and I'm a person who's going to stick up for myself in third phase of moon, especially when there's lying going on. And
okay, so he normally attacks the people that rebut him with facts and evidence, and then he attacks them with name calling, putting down and mocking their voices, or whether they're fat or skinny or whatever. He would never do that, and he would never step over the line, but he calls people pedos, or says it in a way to associate them as pedos. You just can't do that. He's a hypocrite. He needs to study himself, really. For someone that's done psychology for 1 year in so-called university, but didn't actually get a degree in it. He did criminal psychology. You think he'd be really good at this stuff. Me, I've never done that. I've done philosophy and debating things, and logic, understanding logic and how to twist around statements. We did that at university, how people twist around statements using stats and mathematics and stuff. It was quite an interesting course. It was like a side thing that you have to do, because part of your degree has to be like 40% has to be other topics. Well, 60%'s got to be bulk on your main computer courses to become a computer scientist, blah blah, Bachelor of Science. David. Third phase of the moon said they do not pay him. Said they do pay him. I get a screen snapshot. Yeah, Blue Chicken just said that earlier too. Yeah. If you're on Discord, my Discord group, you could paste it there and I could flip it up in a minute. Even though he says they don't pay him. Yep. Plus he gets all the backhanders. You know, he gets all the on their channel and gets his name known, because Google is the main problem. The way Google do things with suppression of channels and turning their search results off, and the best, you know, when you search on a channel, you expect their best videos to come up, you know, which mine would be Exposing Security, right? Because they're the most watched, so they'll come up. They used to, and they used to get used to wake up a lot of people, and then it got switched off. It's like someone inside is working for Tyler Klockner to make sure all that's suppressed and turned off. And Nocturnal News confirmed that. He said that he's got people on the inside. Sounds like a big corrupt criminal network then, if that's the case. So unless there's a lot of lying going on, which is possible. But yeah, it's all up to Google. Google should make everybody equal. And they certainly shouldn't put all those fake news mainstream media above us, because people come to YouTube because they want to get away from that shit. And Google's lost the plot, you know. But that's why I've been for the last 3 years on alt media. I'm trying to get myself off YouTube onto these other channels which do not censor. But unfortunately, people are not migrating away from YouTube because it's just the most oiled machine out there. They've got billions of dollars wrapped up in hardware to make sure it all smoothly plays the videos and all that sort of stuff. It's hard to wean people away from YouTube to the other alt media where you can actually get to hear what you have to say rather than it being suppressed.
You know, when you give somebody, like if you tell them go back 5 years, you know, anything in the last 5 years, and they can't, and they go back 8 years instead, it just shows that they're not on.
Which is a lie, because again, Steve was saying that he actually put up references to that guy's video from February. I'm not sure what the other ones were. April, May. Whether that was them repeating it again, I don't know. I'm not sure now. Maybe I didn't see. I'd see all the video because we only saw clips of it on with the music added, right? So perhaps Goofon's only seen part of it too, by the sounds of it.
Honest, they're trying to trick the audience into thinking that this just happened, and it's 8 years ago. It was already admitted. Third Phase said everything they had to say about all their mistakes, and that's not good enough, because then he says, you know, that I am being paid to promote a hoaxer, and that's just not true.
Okay, so again, it's lies, according to these guys on the side chat. Where's the evidence? So he's repeating that same screen snapshot. Major conflict of interest. They pay him. He can't tell you the truth. I can. Exactly. It is a conflict of interest.
So I have to say, you know, I have to defend that. So there were some things this time around on top of what I was hearing from his friends who were my friends, who are coming to me behind the scenes, who are now not my friends again, because, you know, they've been caught, I guess, you know, leaking information to me. I don't know, but they picked a side, and that's that. And that's fine. But the general feel is I was right. And I haven't had any negative. I've had people say, I'd rather you two be together than apart. You know, it's a shame and this and that. But nobody's really saying you were wrong. Nobody said I was wrong. And I will.
Yeah, he's lied again, he says. Richard claims he was right here. He started this shit. He lied and lied and lied. Do not let him win with these lies. I think he may be stuffed up, but people will forget.
Wish people would, because I'd like to know if I was wrong. So at this point, only person saying I'm wrong are him and his friends. And that's
of course.
That. And they're like, you defend...
His fans wouldn't say he was wrong, would they? Everyone else outside the bubble is seeing it for what it really is. And we know who's lying. and it's not Cambian.
Go after all the other hoaxers, but when it comes to third phase of moon, just because they're paying you, and it's like, that's not it at all. It's not even close to it. And that's again not doing the research you say should be done in the field. So you're doing exactly what everybody else does, and don't be a hypocrite. You're putting yourself out there to look like a hypocrite, and I'm going to stand up for me and my friends, and that's that.
Richard is the hypocrite, always has been. I've got lots of examples showing it.
And look, Third Phase did what they did in the past. They grew the channel. When they realized they were influencing people, they said, holy shit, we didn't realize the impact was this bad.
And so what did they fake in 2018 and 2019 December, which was almost 2020? And 22 is the new stuff that Cambian pointed out, which I didn't know about. So, yeah, they haven't changed. And that was a claim of UFO proof, which seems to have gone missing for some reason. Is he in prison finally? Or is he overdosed or something? I haven't seen him on for a while. Plus, considering there's been lots of big events happening with the Congress, he normally would do a live show and lap up a few super chats and stuff. But now he's like 13,000 subs too. So, first of all, they started off with UFO proof, and then they tried to go to all the other UFO channels to convert them that they've changed, and Goofon is one of them. Most of us didn't want to know a bar of it because once you've told a lie, you should never ever be trusted in that field again. You can go and do another job. You could become a road sweeper instead of a UFO news reporter. That's fine, but to be saying that you've changed and carry on as normal doesn't hold it for me, and it shouldn't for any UFO person.
They decided to turn it around 4.5, 5 years ago, whatever it was. And, I was their biggest hater for years. I put all that energy.
And how many times we've heard that over and over again? It's like a broken record. They haven't changed, and he used to be the biggest hater. He changed because he left the radio and he had to build up his YouTube channel, and he had to do that with Third Phase, as he's got no income coming in, or extra income. I'm not sure if he's getting social welfare at the same time.
Into them. And for me to change and for me to accept them and see that what they're doing now is a lot better than anything that anybody else is doing.
It's shameful in my eyes, anyway, because they haven't changed, and even if they did, it shouldn't be accepted. You can forgive people for drunk driving and killing someone, maybe, but do you really? You've lost someone in your life. Do you forgive that person for killing someone because they did the wrong thing? If they were young, I suppose you might forgive them for being a young mind, but if they're an older person, you probably wouldn't. You see, it's horses for courses. You can't forgive people, but you can never really forgive people. And one of them is lying about UFOs and fabricating UFO videos or stories. Blue Chicken, I missed a message. You deleted it. This is the funny bit, lying again. He just said Third Place is doing better work than anyone else is doing. So they're not doing better than what I'm doing, and I just haven't got the viewership. There's a lot of boots on the ground people out there, and MUFON are doing a lot better than at collecting more UFO research and proof than Third Phase has ever offered. Third Phase has just made the water muddier. Entertainment category, yeah, and that's, I pointed that out the last live show, that they're listed under Social Blade, even on Google, which gets the information from Google, as entertainment. not educational or a news channel source. I'm not sure if that's available though. Some alt media allow you to do news and politics. That's funny. Third face doing better than anyone. Yeah, that was good. I hope you're laughing as well. Yeah, that's really great. I love that. The bank account's doing better than mine though. But money's not everything, is it? Anyway, that's all the drama today, and there's bound to be more to come. I should actually post the links for people to watch it again. But this has got to be Goofon when he was not taking so many drugs and eating, what is it? He likes that Mexican stuff. Anyway. Mind you, I'm sort of puffed up in the face with insulin like that now as well. Yeah, being diabetic is really bad. Yeah, especially if you get on insulin. Anyway, and once you get back problem and you can't do as much exercise as you like to. But yeah, that's Cambian. His response or rebuttal, I suppose. How'd you spell that? Who cares? And then you got, which may get deleted, who knows. This Cambian piss take, which is really bad. Goofon saying he wasn't going to do any more. Moko. Okay. And then you got him here defending third phase again for another week. So I'll just cut and paste it from there, and also talking about Cambian. And here he's saying he's going to change, and he hasn't.
Because that's all it is. It's a game, and they...
So this is the thing. He says it's a game. So are we being played by both channels? And eventually they'll all be mates and promoting each other again. So this is what worries me, because I've seen it time and time again. And Alien Addict's the same. He doesn't hate Tyler, he doesn't hate Third Phase, and he wants to get him on the show to interview, and then suddenly his subs double. You know, it's hypocritical. You really by not having them on your show and not asking the hard questions, did you fake stuff and all that sort of stuff, and just letting him explain a fake story that he was in hospital and he was in a coma and saving his life, but not actually telling the story why his pancreas is damaged. So it's from his drug abuse and boozing abuse. And bashing the wife and all that. He never comes clean on all that, no. And lying about the cops beating him up. But he has since said in a comment, which he deleted, that he lied about that. But he never did that when he went on Fade to Black. He could have made it come clean on that with Tyler. Third Phase also have been on Lions Ground before and could have admitted to all their fakes, which they didn't, and that he was even pointing out one then of them talking about that guy that was bending over backwards doing the Michael Jackson move or whatever it was, saying that they actually had a metal rod up their leg and a little seat that they sit on. and they were saying it was real superpowers, superhuman powers. So they were lying about that. There's lots of things they've done since the Philippines thing. Two sides of the coin, yeah, I think it's all a game. And it's distraction, really. It's distraction us from actually looking at UFO videos and having to deal with all the politics that's going on in ufology. That's why I tend to want to ignore it, but because it's an easy day for me, I thought I'd just bring it up again because it is so funny. But back to normal business soon with me, hopefully, and just look at videos and analyze them and see if we can capture our own stuff, because that's really, to me, the more interesting side of ufology, to see if there's actually any new footage out there. And we've got a couple of pieces on my channel as it is, and there may be more out there, but a lot of it's mundane and explainable. In fact, I was talking about that one that people were saying was a bird or a bug, and I said it could be a football as well, a football hacky sack, as we found out. And if you have a look at the video, I'm pretty sure you can see them using a hacky sack on the beach there as he spins around, but you'd have to do it frame by frame, which I didn't do. If you get the full video, of course. On Third Phase, they always seem to cut out the other stuff, which adds to they're able to debunk stuff, right? They do it on purpose so you can't debunk it. And you say, oh, there you go. There's that ball at the beginning of the footage. And someone kicked it to the other guy that's over the other side, and he's kicked it back. But anyway.
They already lost. We've won. We've moved past.
Okay, he's won, he reckons. So yeah, there's a lot of shills. Who knows? The government loves this sort of stuff too, right? They want the channels attacking each other. They want them also to be promoting frauds and disinformation. So all the good stuff gets lost in the noise. And that's what I keep trying to point out to people. I know you like to go and watch them to see all the lies and stuff, so you can have a good laugh at them, maybe. I think a lot of people watch them. Half of his watchers watch him because they want to see him attack someone and stuff up and stuff like that, so they can have a good laugh at him, because he's not really technical at all. He doesn't understand the streaming software at all. He doesn't customize it like I do. He's just a talking head. And if he can't quote Steve Cambian right, ex-friend, so how can you believe what he's saying about ufology and stories he's heard from other people? How much of it's correct? Is he misquoting them?
The bullshittery that is ufology. We are not going to be the gutter of ufology anymore. And I don't want to be associated with those people. I don't want to be the gutter. I want to be the guy that I think people can relate to somewhat on a level where we're experiencers. That's another problem.
And you notice he keeps talking about he's got some of the best UFO footage, but he's never put it really up. He's put up a few pieces, which I debunked as butterflies and balloons. I've yet to see any evidence he's got that proves it's UFOs. He's not using any apps, because a lot of the apps didn't happen to about 2000 something. So he was filming before then, like plane flights and stuff. But still, he's never put out those videos to someone like Mick West and said, can you, or even MUFON, and say, here's my case numbers for each of these videos, and this is what MUFON come back with. And in fact, I think if he submitted lots of these UFO videos to MUFON, eventually he would be blacklisted, because it would be all the same, bird, plane, balloon. But he's not just to throw him completely under the bus, though. He is correct sometimes, which I have said. I am fair in my assessment. He's 50% right and 50% wrong at the time, and when he's defending third phase, he's normally totally wrong, and wrong with the facts, like that bucket on fire business. He says, oh, that's not water, or it has to be smoke. In fact, it turns out it could have been a bucket of ambers that they used to start fires, for control fires. So it could have been smoke, but it wasn't. It was they had the full video. You could see it was going to a lake and lifting off, and the water vapor was exactly what I said it was, is coming off the bucket because of the temperature change, you know, and the air flowing over it as it speeds up. But yes, he's not always wrong, and in the past he obviously did some good things for people to take notice of what he's saying, but a lot of people even classed him, even when he was with the radio show, a idiot. So that's what I heard when I first I didn't even know about him till I think he popped up on my side chat. I didn't even know about who he was and stuff. So he started self-promoting on the side chat. He was breaking the rules and all that, and I sort of let it go. And then in the end, he steals my show format, you know, looking at videos from third phase and other frauds and talking about it and see if we can find the real answers. But he was doing it in a non-scientific data fact-finding way, where I try to do research it as I go, or enhance it as we go, and all that sort of business, which he can't do. He doesn't know how to do the stuff I know. But then he'd come across and say I had a slow processor, that I was possibly mental. He was making all these things. I could take him to court as slander if I was in America. Saying I was a pedo and claiming he didn't say that. Exactly the same as what he's doing to Cambians right now. It's a shame, really. I tried to help him out, even, you know. I was trying to be friends with him, even though I didn't like him. I was trying to correct him. And I would post comments about various debunks he did and says, well, that's an old one. If you watch my live show here, you can see what the breakdown was. But he never did. And then I'd make videos how to use Minicam as an editor if you were like a novice, and you could really get improve your videos quickly, easily, without knowing too much. And how to set up streams, the way I do it with the start and stop button rather than use OBS automatic. So because he was getting, you remember those phantom streams he was getting? He would lose connection, and OBS would start up another live show and resume onwards, and it would still be trying to, Google would be trying to capture on the old string, and OBS created another string, and it was trying to send the data to both, and so Google would give it to the newest show, and the other one was sort of in zombie land, and people in the side chat saying, what's going on, is it still running? It was hilarious, and I tried to help him out there. I says, well, forget OBS, try Minicam, you might find it easier. And a lot of people say don't buy it and all that, but there was some benefits to Minicam at that time that I was telling them. You didn't need to have a plug-in for the chat. You could just use any chat and just drag it onto your capture window like I do, which we chose in the end Jitsi, but we were using Discord and Hangouts and all sorts previously. And Minicam made that really possible because it creates a virtual cam off the output at the same time. So I was trying to explain that to him, and how to use the start and stop button. So I said, you don't have to hit the stop button if you drop off, and it just creates a spinning wheel, and then you can reboot your machine, come back if there's a technical problem, and resume the string from where you left off, and then Google will detect it, and the spinning wheel will then undo itself and resume from that point onwards. No, he didn't seem to understand that. You got to understand the technology, I think. Anyway, enough of him, I guess. It still goes on and on and on. I still can do some video debunks now because I've had a late lunch after coming back from the hospital. What is the time? 5 o'clock. Oh, not meant to do that. I was meant to do that. I have a friend that has some great images. Is it? Oh, hang on, it's great. Forage. Love to show you sometime. Well, I'll just put them up in UFO vetting group on Discord, and we go from there. You say it's got great footage, but I may see straight away what it is. Number balloons are very common, and they do form UFO-like shapes depending on how they're spinning. So yeah. But anyway, I think there's some third phase videos we can look at now just to wrap up. Here we go, 2 hours on that. 2 hours of drama. Anyway, it's just nice, relaxing, just having a laugh at it all. Has security team done anything? Or is he still slack? He's still slack. Nothing new there. Nocturnal News, he's been putting up garbage lately. Has he got anything new? He's been a bit slow too lately. Ah, right, he's put up something tonight. I may have already looked at that one. UFO oh no. I may have looked at it, but he was just summing up some of the points, the same points I did. There wasn't too much to debunk on that one. Or to debate, I should say. Putting up balloon videos. Everybody agreed it was junk. UFOofinterest, let's have a quick look at his. Actually, I might need to go toilet for a minute. Oh, what's going on there? Is it an ad? Traveling is fun. Yeah. Mole High Club, or what do you call a train club one? Alright, what do we got here? Alright. According to some, have told me that YouTube channel of the hoax promoter and UFO grifter Scott C. Warren temporarily down for 90 days for copyright strikes. Wow. Hope it's true. So someone got him back because he used to try to strike people all the time. It's really fun to see how some known promoters and UFO grifters were fooled by a false NASA live stream. Alright, so that's what we're going to cover in a minute. So we'll come back to that. I'm just going to go a toilet, and I'll be back in a minute. I won't put on music or whatever. humans. That's no good. To all my luck, my step stool broke. Because my bed is so high. And I've got this cushion set up for this table. Another junk from AliExpress. I'll probably photograph it and try and get a dispute on it probably. So yeah, onto this one here. So audio's still going. Yep. I think. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Third face, let's have a look at them. Well, I catch my breath. Almost collapsed on the floor there with the thing broken. Dangerous. They need to make stuff from metal rather than plastic. Okay, so that one we did. Here's something new. Let's have a look. I think it's what Scott's talking about.
Let's just go down the rabbit hole here for a second. Let's just assume this is some sort of adversarial.
Skin.
Exciting. We told you about 2 days ago that we're about to do a follow-up on some of this ISS footage of this beam of light. Apparently, we've had more videos that have been capturing the same thing, and we're going to be going over that tonight. And we're going to be also going over some incredible footage that is kind of interesting, coming, I think, out of San Diego, of a Tic Tac that seemingly disappears before our eyes, and we're going to get the public's reaction. And we're going to bring.
Yeah, it looks very on his face. So promoting lately is Unidentified S4. So he's another wannabe trying to build up his channel through Third Phase by giving them footage. Now he's got this stuff up here, which I can see straight away what it is. So we'll just play that now.
Captured from the ISS. And remember, we want to try and get back to that feed of May 25th of this video, and we're unable to ascertain the video from NASA, but this is what Unidentified S4 says. He may have captured the same thing. Watch this. Real quick.
So he's captured the same thing from the ground, or what they did in space, which we know is a reflection. So what's this being filmed on green screen at night time? What do you reckon it is? Okay, you see, looks like it's got segments in it. And I think it's going from top to bottom, where it looks like it's going downwards when it actually is flying horizontal. So they're trying to say it's the same as this.
I want you to pay close attention to this object. I have no idea what it is. It could be a balloon of some kind going up into space. It could be some kind of weather balloon. I have no clue. But it does resemble the object in question that you are currently talking about on Third Phase.
Yeah, so what is that, guys? That's what we call a short plane contrail, right? And he's just seen it in night vision instead, where it's like hot gases. So normally you see that in the daytime with a plane at the very front of it, because it's low spec camera with no zoom capabilities of a P1000. You're not going to see those kind of details. So Yeah, it's what you call a short contrail, which doesn't seem to expand like a normal one, and this remains like a constant length because of the right temperature layer.
The moon is a close resemblance, although the cylindrical object is long ways. It is still the same shape, and it's got that little point on the bottom of it if you enhance it. So
a little point on the bottom of it. The plane looks like it's going up that way though, so the point should be at the top end, not the bottom. So I'm not too sure what he's saying at the end because I can't see anything. You notice how they don't enhance it and zoom it. So now this these shills, these liars, fabricators are going to say a plane contrail is the same as a reflection in the window or something off the edge of the space station. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, Unidentified S4, appreciate you sharing that with us. And it definitely looks very familiar. As we've been saying, that this craft, if it is indeed a craft, has been spotted all over the world. And maybe what Unidentified S4 captured is possibly the same thing. It does definitely hold a resemblance. And again, we're going to be sharing the original link down below in the description after the show. But guys, what's your opinion? Is it very similar to this that was captured by the ISS, or is it something altogether different? I'm just saying it definitely has some similarities. What's interesting?
See, he had a smirk there. He had a laugh, right? He just can't help to laugh at his own script that he's got in his head.
Interesting too is that there are other videos of this that have been captured from the ground, not just by the ISS, but from the public across the planet. And we're going to be getting into some of those videos. But again, I like this a lot because it really does seem
like a plane and a contrail. It's could it be 38,000 feet even? Jets, short contrail. I don't know if we got any videos of it. Not on green screen anyway. Let's see what we can get. What have I mistyped? Control. I didn't type that. Control. Okay, so these are short ones here. So for that one's got two. It's got more than two engines. They're long ones, so not short to Google. Here's another one that looks like it might be short. Going down the other way, and you can see that's got obviously more engines. So it's got two of them. There's a couple of short ones here. And you can see, even though it's flying horizontal, I guess that's a plane, yeah. It looks like it's going upwards like a rocket. It's all perspective, you see, because you're aiming the camera upwards. So you got no ground reference points. So let's explain how contrails made. Water vapor and sulfur particles from the burning fuel, which is your chemicals, your chemtrail. Condenses and turns into ice and produces contrails or fog, right? So technically there are chemicals in there, but mostly water and forms crystals. Yeah, I'm not seeing any short contrails, unfortunately. There's a strange looking one. You can see it breaking up very quickly there in this one. You can see how quickly it's broken up. So that's creating a short one. But it's in daytime again. Now here's one, very similar to what we're seeing now. Except for you're not seeing all that length because he's filming in night vision. And so the rest of it's probably too cold to show up on a night vision. But would show up on optical if it was daytime. But obviously nighttime you're not going to see most of it, are you? Because it's got too thin and it's not reflecting enough starlight or moonlight to show up. So that's a pretty good one there. So here's another one. That's what he's filming. So for that one's creating more of a V shape than like the other ones that were straight like this. It'd be good to get a video of one though that has a short contrail, but yeah, I'll just probably have to look that up after the show because it would probably take too long to find the example. Why do airplanes contrail form? We just know that because we just looked at a diagram. So maybe if you put short in quotes might help us pin it down. What did I press? No, this has come up now. Come on. Doesn't like when I zoom sometimes, it won't get the right cursor location. That's because there's a bug in the magnifier software I use. Is that one a short sunlit one? Okay, let's have a look at that one. It's gone to another page. That one looks like an explosion, doesn't it? This one we saw with the still before. Of course it might show it going downwards. If it's video. No video. Oh, here we go. YouTube. Okay, we're looking at a contrail over there, but looks like it. Alright. Looks like the plane's gone there, and the rest of it's broken up already. Oh, what's going on? Alright, it's in the web page, and it doesn't play right. So they're short contrails. That one's going downwards to land, by looks of it. Pretty good video. And there's another one up here, short one. Oh, so it's the same as the ISS court. No. It's not. Yeah, that's a good example. We'll just play that for fair use.
Like a phenomenon.
So, Identified S4 said he didn't know what it was. Was he telling the truth or was he lying? Yeah, only appears to be vertical. They're actually horizontal. Because you got to remember the curvature of the Earth and the way you see things with the camera and angle it. It always looks like it's... But that last clip you can see definitely it was going horizontal and then downwards to land.
I don't think this is Starlink. And again, look at these three captured in different locations.
Okay, so these are also short plane contrail ones, right? So, and you can even see the plane right in front of that one if you zoom in. See, look, you can see the plane. And you can see it's not making a cone shape, it's not expanding like some do. That one there is too far away and small to see the plane in it, and likewise with that one too. A bit like the video we just saw.
Locations of the exact same thing. We have this orb in front of the tether, if this is indeed a tether, but again, this is
orb in front of a tether. You know why? Because there's always a small gap between the plane and the contrail. Again, jet contrail. I should have left it up. There was various images there where you can see the gap. A certain distance away from the... it's done that again. Substituted. There's always a small gap between the plane and the contrail forming. See that? That one's looks closer. Here's another good one. That one looks like it's further away from the wings. And some of them actually go right behind. Especially if they've got jet engines on the back. On the tail fin. Oh, here we go. Here's one. It's showing a small gap with the plane. And that's exactly what they're seeing in the video. No. I'll do something in a minute. I'll start being asked a question.
very familiar to this video right here. They're pretty amazing to get the evidence coming in from different locations of the same, because it really does seem this that was captured by the ISS, or is it something altogether different?
Get that frame.
I'm just saying the craft has been spotted all over the world, and maybe what Unidentified S4 captured
anyway,
is
there's a small
the
gap
same
with
thing.
the dots.
It does definitely hold a resemblance. And again, we're going to be sharing the original link down below in the description after the show. But guys, what's your opinion? Is it very similar to this that was captured?
No. Let's see what UFOofinterest has to say. It's really fun to see. We already read it out, didn't we? Okay. So it looks like he's put up a video. And he's put up, that's quite good. Those sprites that I've never seen happen, but they go out into space, don't they? There's the cloud clover, instead of going downwards, they go upwards into space. Thunder sprites. What's that one? Some grifters, Jamie Mazan, Third Phase, and others reported in their channels a cropped video, which we looked at last time. So what's this new one he's got up here? Alright, it's got a YouTube link to it. So let's have a look. Remember I said we played a few clips before that he didn't actually show where the reflection of the blue was coming from. I still think he doesn't in this. According to some hoaxes. Okay, it's just repeating the tweet. Let's watch some of, what did it say? Let's watch some of those videos published by their source several times in the last few weeks. Okay, that's what Third Phase showed, wasn't it? Heading towards South America. Okay, so it wasn't Brent filming. Straight away I noticed that if it's on this original film, then that means that guy's filming his computer screen of this thing here. So it's the guy originally thing. My bad, I thought it was Brent filming. But still, it's pretty bad to do it this way. You don't capture stuff like this. What you do is install a free copy of Minicam and set up a second screen, even if you plug in an LCD screen as your second monitor, and tell Minicam to capture whatever you play on that screen, and then just play the footage that you got in a window and just capture it. As simple as that. And then you got a better quality than filming. Obviously, the guy's got a blue shirt, is it? And you can see his orange head there, and he's looking through a camera. That's a stupid way of doing it. I don't think he's cool because he's now using, he's associating with third phase, which we know are frauds. You can't play naive. A lot of people play naive. Oh, I didn't realize they were frauds. S4 original footage. He's like new into the game. He hasn't got the experience to look at videos and know what he's looking at. Yeah, the sprites were awesome. Yep, that's true. Okay, it's not clicking it. Alright, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Yeah, no, I'm not really interested in S4. So now we can see that the guy captured it off another screen, which is not a good thing to do. And now we're starting to see more over this way. You can see a lot of light hitting edges like this. You'd think, oh, it's bouncing off an edge here. Boom, boom. But no, you got to remember it's inverted. So it's probably coming down this way, and it's probably going up. Yeah, this way. It would be this way. And it's more likely to be on that side than this side. So let's just keep watching. Certainly better quality than what we're watching on the other channels. But it's still a recording of a LCD monitor, which is not how you do it. Okay, you can see there, as soon as they turn up the brightness, then you see the reflection. So I was saying it's going to be something coming down this way, and the only thing I can see that's in the sun is that robot arm. If it was bent down here, that'd explain why it's inverted and reflected on the other side, and why we get the shadow cast of the sun going across. Could it be the robot arm down there is reflecting into the window and it looks like it's over there? But the angle's so steep. Can't see anything else that's sort of got the sun reflected on it. On this angle anyway. Could be something there. So I can't see it without amping it. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Finally got a full screen now. So, where's the reflection? It was just down here, wasn't it? Could it be simply reflecting off here onto the window without having to be inverted? I think so. Does look like it's the robot arm, doesn't it? Let's see if we can use that thing. Where does it disappear to? That allows us to change what's on the screen. Contrast, is that the one? Yeah, there we go. Let's amp it up. Oh. Unfortunately, you've got that problem. Remember that last time it always gets in the way. Can we see it now? Not really. Something there. Let's try that again. Just try and bring that down. Contrast up. See, that doesn't sort of work. Might just screen capture that and run it through the proper editor. That's always the easiest. Maybe we can work out where it's reflecting from this time. I didn't think this would go on more than one day, but it looks like it is. So obviously I've run out of material because I keep saying they get loads and loads of videos from members. So why are they going over stupid old footage? Which is obviously a reflection. They even said it could be a reflection, and they say, I think they even probably might even say the other one is a contrail or a jet. Could it be a jet? Yeah, they know damn well what they're talking about. They're not experts, but they are. So let's run it through the editor here, and let's see if we can figure out where it's coming from. Looks like it captures. Oh, I was meant to do it that way. Looks like it captures with the contrast with the add-on, doesn't it? Which I didn't think it would do. What you see is what you get. So it could be that, but this put the color curves through it. That gives us a lot more control if the CPU can keep up. So you can see the brightness is not really helping us. So let's try the color swap. Okay, I might be able to get somewhere now. Still can't see it. That guy must have really been straining to see it, huh? But anyway, it turns out it wasn't filmed this week, as UFOofinterest found out that it was filmed in 2019, a few years ago. And the line about it being scrolled off and all that. Just not getting anywhere. Showing up that line. Trying everything here. Color swap should have shown it up. Must be very dim reflection. Okay. What we can do, let's just do that area there. Let's try Vietnam. Let's see. No black line. No. Can't see it. That was there, wasn't it? Let's go back to the video and just check where they're looking. Okay, it comes up when he really zooms in. And it's funny that the camera has the same color as what's down here. And he zoomed in. So it could be a reflection of behind the scenes onto the TV screen. Even. And it should be there on that far away shot, shouldn't it? It's just not showing up at all. That's the right location under this TV in some sort of antenna, FM. Looks like FM radio antenna or some kind. So it's on that left side there, underneath that bit. And we got that covered, didn't we? Should be there. CPU plugin. CPU's plugin. See, I can't see any color information there, right? It's just one single line. Looks like it's all the same. Blackness being captured by the camera off the TV screen. Zooms in. CPU. Come on. Any color bars there? There isn't, is there? No color bars whatsoever. As far as this is concerned, the colors, the white bits, it's not there, is it? See, that much reflection off there to there should show up. So I think maybe it's coming from the person filming it now. Let's just go back a bit. Doesn't come up to he's on the angle there. It seemed to move and disappear. Let's do a frame by frame there. I'll zoom in at the same time. So there's the blue showing up there. Still can't see it there. Now it's just coming in there. Very faint though, isn't it? But now we got no way to know where that line is on the video. So let's see if we can guess it. Let's down to there to there. So it should be there to there. Can we see it? Not even a thin line. But it looks like if we draw it in, it's around about there to there. Oop. Forgot to change colour. Okay, so But unless we've got the real image, you can't really do, like, lay that over top of that by scaling it down to see if it's reflecting straight at the window here of the International Space Station camera. It still looks like it's a reflection from his lounge or kitchen, whatever he's doing. Yeah, I was meant to do step by step of that bit. Okay, let's see what happens. So what's he doing there? Looks like he's moving the camera, is it? And the TV station. Which would mean that that reflection is on that screen then, isn't it? Because if that's moving, we expect to see that moving. Unless it's getting shorter. Gone. Then that's gone. Actually, it looks like it is. Let's go back. And as he's spinning, moving the camera, it's getting shorter, isn't it? So that's a reflection from inside. So he's faking it. It's not even a reflection from the International Space Station. See that there? As we move, this only thing changed on this. What happened there? This light on the screen reflecting as we're moving. You can see the camera's getting dimmer, so that line should be getting smaller, which it is. Looks like a blue LED light, doesn't it? So we may have been wrong. It's not a reflection. But then again, Scott analysed it and said you can see the reflection of the sun going across that way. So it's got to be on. It's got to be a reflection. It's just a bit weird that it doesn't sort of fit. See, I suppose Scott will go over it. We'll keep on going. Reset back to normal. I don't think we need music. I should have turned that off, shouldn't I? Probably get a copyright claim with stupid music. Okay, we've got lens flare happening with the sun. Can't see it now, but we never saw it before. Pan back. But you can see here on the window. Here's the window. We're seeing the window frame now of the International Space Station cupola. Right? Look at all the reflections. That looks like the solar panels there, doesn't it? Reflecting. You know, we saw those over the other side. Remember? Over here. So that looks like reflections of them. Is that the line there that we're seeing? Down the bottom. Are we seeing any other lines? And we're seeing some reflection of the window frame. See that window frame is reflecting on the glass panels. And it's also blue. And they're showing up as blue as well. Okay, let's just keep on going. Okay, we've got a reflection there. There it is. And we're getting all these other reflections on the glass too. That sort of lines up with it. Okay, so there is a reflection on this one. There we go, we can see it just. So the robot arm, the only thing that's changed angle, that's still the same here. As that bit's changed angle, but this is still the same angle what's possibly reflecting it. Can't see anything else where we got a line reflecting light into the window. It's not the window frame, and the sun's over this way, so what's that? It looks like a U shape there, but it's not. That's the solar panels again. 1, 2, 3. Loops old videos recorded by internationals overlapping. He really needs to read that out, doesn't he? Instead of playing music. False. 2019. Okay, we already know that. So he's found the video from 2019. It looks like what we're looking at. Can't read that, it's too small. Alright, here we go. So this is time lapsed. So the sun's gone now, so there shouldn't be any reflection. And I don't see any. Right, there is. Right, there's still a wee bit on the top of the arm there. So is that what we're seeing? There's a reflection of that into the window. Looks like it changed angle slightly there. It's still dim. Can we still see it? Still there, even though that's dim. So maybe that's not it. Maybe it's not the space arm. Something that's off edge, off window. Coming in. And you can see where it's very complicated to try and figure out if you've got a cropped image of what's that reflection's bouncing off. It is that shadow thing that we found very hard to see because he hasn't upped the brightness. But anyway, he's found the old video where it's exactly the same. So it's not going to be a UFO currently, is it? So it's debunked by that alone, regardless of what it is. You're not going to have the spaceship line up exactly every time in the same location. So it's got to be garbage, right? I'll get the link to it so you can have a watch on your bigger screens, I guess. Debunk. I think we might be finished with material now, are we? I don't know if they've got any more. Let's skim a bit. So they're playing contrails, nothing to do with it. What's this
I want
one?
you to take a close look, and here it is. So here's the shot from the amateur astronomer, and he's going to get some credit because he really captured something amazing. Look how high this is. Look, I'm going to get a closer look on this. And again, we have this same phenomenon of this tether.
Okay, so again, it's a plane passing in front of the moon. We can't see it because they haven't zoomed in, but there it is at the bottom. And you can actually see it as a plane shape. It's got a, arrowhead going downwards. And you can see that one's sort of also expanding a wee bit. So that's again a short contrail passing the moon. And it's a really bad image as well. I'm not sure why he's giving credit to someone. And that's not P1000 quality, is it? I'll just close that down. So yeah, we never figured out what that was. In the end, because Scott sees shadows passing, we're going to have to take his word on it. That it can't be a reflection on the cameraman's side of things. Unless it's something really strange happening. And it certainly can't be a UFO. Looks like everybody's gone now anyway. We'll just keep on going, wrap up on this.
Do you guys see it? I'm going to get a closer look on this thing. S4 capture is amazing, but then the triptych that we're showing you right now in this collage of videos of the same thing, it's pretty much undeniable here.
Disinformation, fraud channel, third phase of the moon again. And he's got a smirk on his face, does he?
We got Nathan Jordan. Appreciate the two.
Appreciate the money, you suckers.
$99 super sticker, man. Appreciate that. The support goes a long way, and I'm thinking we're doing these live events right now. People are able to chime in and give us your opinions, and that means a lot. That means a lot.
So he's basically copying what I'm doing now. So, but they still haven't got the quality production up there. Of overlays and stuff.
Again, they had to tell us that they were actually experimenting on something. And again, this is, I think, in the memosphere about...
No one's got the super zoom that I have like this. There you go. Might be able to see it better now. Definitely a pointy hit. Which suggests it's a plane with wings. In fact, I think I've seen a better, clearer image of that. Maybe I've processed it already a couple of years ago.
Could it be in the stratosphere, or the stratosphere is about 38,000 feet, and then the...
So they do blab on to try and fill it in for a live show. So what are we looking at here? I saw something up there, it looked like a plane.
Welcome everybody from around the world. We've got 800 live watchers, and we're...
Hey, Stoner Hobbits. Are you in Wellington? You Stoner. How's it going? You probably have a giggle at the front. You've missed out all the funny stuff. We're back to video analysis here. I think this is a distant plane. There. It looks shorter because the angle's changed to us. Let's see, why is it not playing?
We're looking at something that was captured on the freeway of this object.
So again, we got that thing where could it be a bug, bird, or bull? We got video compression that turns things into round blobs. He's saying it's a tic-tac.
What's interesting...
Now, what happened to it? So, is it a plane, or is it a weather balloon that's just popped and it's disappeared? Or has he zoomed out or something? Not what happened there. And of course the sensors can't pick it up anymore.
It does disappear right there. Out of sight, out of my...
I think he zoomed back, that's why. Digital
did
zoom.
You guys just see that? It blinked out. Where it was right in frame, and then all of a sudden, it just Can't
Where's
see
it
it
going?
anymore. And again, capturing UFOs while driving, it's a little tricky, but he did a really good
Which should be illegal.
job at capturing this. Again, I did some enhancements here. The original to the left.
Okay, could it be a river balloon? It looks a bit long there though.
I blew it up about maybe 200%.
Okay. Just look like it's got some shape happening.
Added some bright.
So you got something happening underneath there.
Contrast.
It's changing shape all the time. That's because of the motion blur. Movement.
Some artifacts of light coming on the tip of this thing.
Which could be collision avoidance lights or airplane lights. Is it a helicopter?
But again,
has that sort of tear shape to it.
This is
a white helicopter.
An airplane. Airplanes don't disappear. Right at.
So something happened there, wobbled, right?
The end, it just blinks out.
Blinks out because he wobbled it, doesn't it? I know it is. Let's see how it blinks out, step by step. So all that is hand movement. All over the place. Okay, looks like it turned. I think I saw a tail fin then. Let's go back one. Looks like it turned. Looks like it's now got a tail fin. See that? Turned slightly. Now what happened there? Rolling shutter and movement maybe? Oh, yep. Now we've got a black bit. What's happened there? I don't know, it could be a balloon or something, couldn't it? It looks like it's rotating, doesn't it? And it looks like it's got a tear shape to it. Could be one of those little blimp balloons. Advertising balloon, drifting in the wind and rotating. We did see what looked like a fin. And then it disappeared, does it? Right. So moving around all the time. Now where's it gone? Looks like a signpost coming up. Now this is where you need to use your apps, of course. What is it? Advertising balloon or RC blimp that goes around in circles. So it looks like it turns around there, doesn't it? So it's going around in circles. And because the car's moving, we've got no solid ground reference to it. It kind of looks like blimp shape, doesn't it? Maybe it's a loose advertising balloon. Where's it gone? Went below. Oh, right, there it is. Looks like it's on an angle now, going to land. Could someone be hauling it in? Maybe it's on a wire. Definitely looks like a blimp. Looks like the front of the head of it here tapers off, and it's got. Sometimes we see a tail fin. It's not so obvious at the moment. Looks like it's got something underneath too. Again, that looks like it's spun around, doesn't it? It looks like a tail fin, a black one, and a little payload underneath, or some writing on it. And it's rotating around to us again. You don't see the fin, but some of that is compression artifact for sure. Now it's changed some weird shape for some reason. Maybe because it's rotated around looking forward at us now. So it's coming towards us. That's why it looks more round now. It's coming towards us. Don't know. If it's better quality, we better tell more. So where's it gone now? Went downwards. Have they lost it? You think? Can't see. Have to zoom out a bit. I can't see it on that one either. So what happened there? It went below the camera line. Maybe it got pulled down.
Right there, cool stuff right there. Let's we're gonna bring in Rich Giordano from GoofOn. He just
oh yeah,
let's bring in Rich.
Sexy. You need to get some glasses. How old are you? 70 years old now. Your eyesight goes once you hit 50. It goes downhill after that. And no plop P.O. Waikato North. Alright. How'd you say that word? I should be zooming it in like that. Poi poi, is it? Poi Waikato. What's that mean? Poo poo. Poo poo in the hills. Just another drone. I don't think so. But blimps can be drones. Let's go to it. Let's see. Blimp drone. Remote controlled. That's what I think. It's could be someone having a play with one. Could be a broken advertising balloon. And they can be quite large. Can be really small, from a couple of feet to 40 feet, and they can control it by remote control. And these are some of the examples. Do yourself. And you got ones here that can even be round like, and they got propellers that bend down, and also have one underneath that pushes it upwards, and you can do it on a normal party balloon. There we go, we found that out last time too. $16 to buy one of these fan things with the remote control. Pretty cool, eh? China does lots of things. Here's another one. RC indoor blimp. I don't think it's that. Ear ads. So Amazon's looking at ear ads. So that's another possibility, of course. Probably best to see one on video working. But the one I was looking at looked like this, and often these ones are related to border control. So if they're filming in California, which I'm not sure where they're filming, it looked like California, didn't it? Kind of looks like the area there of the Arizona. That's where you get these radar blips. They're shaped like this, and then they have extra bits underneath where they put the radar dish. Now, it looked like it had black fins, but it could have been compression artifacts, of course. Pareidolia effect, you see. Here's another one. 5 meters. Remote control, RC, blimp 5 meters indoors. There's another one, 5 meters as well. Why buy a drone when you can have this blimp? There you go. Looks very similar to what we were seeing in the video. Did seem to be like something black underneath though. I see blimps and aerial surveillance. See, I was talking about the same thing. There's one of these new ones they're experimenting with on a different angle. That's got blackness underneath. Could be something like that. Maybe it's coming down to land. And I think they zoomed out or something and it lost it on the sensor. I don't think it popped. I think they did something. Are they going to play it again?
Hey, Rich. How you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Man, so there's some evidence there. We're going to go over some of the evidence of this photograph. It's the kind of, I was thinking if it did bank and then you see the back of it, that you would kind of lose sight. But again, at one point, it's just, let's watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is,
so he thought it was a plane to start with.
Well, when I watched it disappear, I was like, all right, that is, it looks like it's even spinning for some reason. I don't know.
We did a frame by frame, right? It definitely looked like it was turning. But we got car motion added in.
There's a lot of stuff going on. The guy's driving. It's passing by wire.
Yeah, so Goof on the same thing as I.
Driving, it's handheld.
Yeah, doing a good job.
Kind of crazy right there. That didn't look like an airplane when you saw the. But
okay, it disappeared there. But I think he zoomed out, didn't he?
Right there, it just boom.
So how do we know we're not looking at a balloon and it's parallaxing and it just popped or something? You know that.
That's what I said.
I know it's crazy to think, but.
Well, it'd be good timing for a balloon to pop under those circumstances. But the guy seemed like he was.
No, I think he's zoomed out because look, we got no.
And, trying to drive and film a balloon.
Let's see. We got to look at this side here.
I know.
Way to do that, right?
So
why do people do anything in this field, right? But
Absolutely.
Just a stranger videotaping a white thing in the sky. It is interesting.
Okay, it disappears here, is it? No, suddenly change
I want to see this in slow motion though, because that'll tell me a lot.
I did bring some brightness contrast on it to make it pop, and I repeat it a few times. Let's bring in the other friends of ours. We got Josh and Artemis.
Okay, it disappeared there, but look, suddenly we lost ground reference.
Artemis, what's up, guys? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Are they repeating it again? It looks like it, doesn't it?
Thanks.
The problem is we don't have any timestamp or clocking over, so we don't know when they're repeating things. Makes it a bit more tricky. Now these are another groupies that are trying to build up their channel in UK. Artemis is that lady He's meant to be Greek or something. And Joss is that one with the backward hat. And long hair, is it? I don't know. What's that around his neck there? Ponytails?
So much for the invite. Hi, Rich.
Anyway, they won't add anything to it because they're clueless.
Hey, kids.
Nice to see you.
So I kind of think that might be a blimp of some kind. It could be advertising blimp or RC controlled one. Looked like it was rotating and coming towards them at one point. Don't think it's a plane. Have they got anything else? They're just going to talk about that all the time.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's like a blimp box.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, maybe. Depends how far away.
So, okay, stop saying it if you fucked it up already. What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you talking about me or are you talking about Blake or... I don't hold anything these cousins put out. They cried. I don't hold anything those cousins put out. They cried wolf too many times. BBL, what's that mean? Be back later? Oh, we've lost another one. That's alright, we're just going to wrap up now anyway. I don't think they have anything else after this, do they? Oh, right, we got something interesting here, have they?
Looks like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Looks
like Pac-Man. Yep. That's true, Rich, for sure.
I just saw that thing of Pac-Man too.
Yeah.
I think it's just hot swamp gas. That's what
I think Stoned Hobbit had to go for a poo-poo in the hills. Anyway,
That's it. I didn't even think of that.
What didn't they think about? Okay, I missed something there.
Looks like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Looks
like Pac-Man. Yep. That's true.
Yeah, distorted, but it could be because it's turning.
True, Rich, for sure.
I just saw that thing of Pac-Man too.
Yeah.
I think it's just hot swamp gas. That's what I think.
That's
Yeah, it's compression artifacts and all sorts of wobbling of the phone.
it. I didn't even think of that. You got it.
All right, well, let's get
Where's
into
this from,
one.
by the way?
This was captured in Rancho
Cucamonga.
Yep. Oh, California.
I told you it was California. I said it looked like California, Arizona. And that's where they got those border control blimps, RC control blimps as well for advertising.
Interesting.
close to San Diego. Get to this one, guys. What do you make of this one? This one is coming out of Romania.
Romania, wouldn't trust Romanians. Most of them are good liars. To me, straight away, it looks like a reflection in a window, like a ceiling light. Let's have a closer look. You know, it could be a chandelier of some sort. Kind of looks like a ceiling light, doesn't it? Let's see what they reckon. Maybe we can find a match of that ceiling light. Could that be little crystals things hanging down? And some extra... Looks like the crystals hanging down there. And something else happens over here for some reason. Why would that be blown out there more of an angle? Maybe they bent the light bulb around. Maybe it normally points downwards and maybe they bent it upwards. That's interesting. I still think it's a reflection from behind. Let's have a look. Ceiling light. So this looks like the last one we're working on. Light, crystals. Let's have a look. What do you think? Call those things that hang down though? Crystal tears? I don't know. Let's have a look at images. I suppose you could call it chandeliers, right? Okay, is anyone sort of might match it? And there's quite a few. Here's one now. Look at that one. Although I don't think it's a match. That bit there though. Sort of looks a bit like the gaps in between. And less crystals. So we need one that's only got one layer of crystals. Okay, see if we find anything. Most of them are multi-layers. Oh, here we go, it's closer one. Oh, that's got the dangly bits. We're looking at that and we're just not seeing that top half. That's possible. So I'm pretty good at this pattern matching in my head. Oh, here's another one that's a pretty good one for it. It's got the black bit at the top. If you've got it reflecting on an angle, we may have a match. Houston, we have a UFO match. And if there's a light bulb that is sort of bent upwards here, that would make the blobby bit happen over this side. Okay, let's see what they think it is. I think I pretty much solved that one. Romanians are being liars.
It's just a photograph. I wish I had some video of it, but some
Yeah,
people are
that'd give
saying
it
they
away.
actually see the White House. But this is, I don't know about the White House up there, but I'm thinking it could be just a lot of things that are
That's
happening
gonna
all
be
at
a
once.
meteorological phenomenon there.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like maybe the layer of
No,
clouds
I
left
don't
behind
think
could be
so.
the moon, a full moon rising, and then it
Or-
hits the cloud.
What?
No. Is there any other clues there that could be filmed through glass?
Having some kind of static charge on it, but some people see
Oh my
other
gosh,
things.
what is
in
this? It's a Romanian cloud of sorts. It's in Romania.
Okay, is there any other reflections? Looks pretty blurry, doesn't it? So it looks like it's something closer to the camera that's auto-focusing on, and the rest of the picture is blurry as hell. It's not even got those trees in focus, has it? Everything's out of focus. So has the image been cropped, or is there a windowsill at the bottom here that it's getting focus? Can't quite see. Looks like it's been cropped off at the bottom there, but nothing else is in focus from what I can see. So that's being filmed through a window. Any other giveaways? Possible reflections. Like the person's face. I suppose what we could do is run it through some filters. And sometimes that shows it up. I suppose they haven't got the link to the original image. Then we'd better do a better job. So this is the last thing we're doing for tonight anyway. How many hours we've been running again. I will put some chapters on to make it easier for people to watch. 3.5 hours, so yeah, we're gonna wrap up in a minute. Time flies when you're having fun with Third Phase and Goof On. Where's the edge? Damn thing. It's not playing ball. Save. I really should do a zoom in of that and add it to my thumbnail, shouldn't I? That's the best thing today. I don't know. All goof ones, mugshots. Yeah. Let's I'll have a look. I should really zoom in, add it to a thumbnail. There we go. We did get too much of the black screen. Resize 1280. Okay, we will grab that one in the middle too. And use it for fun. And resize. And I'll just get my comparison. I might just quickly try that. No, it's not going to work. No, not going to work. Oh. Oh. Grab that. Chandelier. It's going to be something similar to that one. Not saying it is that one, but we'll just do a side by side. So this one's got a thicker thing, so it could quite easily be something that has more of a rounded top on it. But you wouldn't see these reflecting the wires, right? So you'd see that bit and the chandelier below it. Okay, let's put it all together now. That. It's not really in focus, as you can see. Even that's blurry. Let's run it through a sharpener, see if it improves it. Is it doing it? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so the more we sharpen it, the more artifacts we tend to get, you know, underneath here. So it looks very similar. And looks like we've got gaps in between. Looks like something hanging down, doesn't it? Does look like a chandelier. Drag that down. Add a layer. So it looks to me like it's very something similar to this. And I think that's just another, just the way the light bulb is angled. It might be one of those on a bendy stem that you can rotate like spotlights. And it's just overexposed it there. I'll put it down there. And I'll save that. Use it as a thumbnail, I suppose. Okay, what am I doing? Saving. Save as. Oh, forgot to undo the zoom. Ping. Oh, I don't want to save it there. Is it the right place? No, it's not the wrong place. Downloads over there. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. Can we prove by doing some filters what it might be a reflection? Let's have a look. Because no one else does this sort of thing, it's only me that does it. So there's brightness, and straight away you can see that it seems to be over the clouds rather than in the clouds. It looks like an inside tunnel light, doesn't it? There's a natural cloud. Seems to be not being illuminated. Let me just reset again. Yeah, it looks like it's part of the normal cloud there. It looks like the sun's behind the cloud there. This is internal light here, so it's roughly the same brightness. Unfortunately, I can't see any other anomalous shadows appearing, like the person's face or whatever. That proves it's behind glass. Let's do a color swap. You can muck around that if the CPU lets us. It's not playing ball again. We have to wait till it catches up. Alright, so let's have a play around with this. Okay, you can see that's separate. You see that's brighter than, it's not the same color whites, so that's definitely a separate source of light source there. And there's the rest of it with the sunlight. That's got to be a reflection. And because it's out of focus, means that the camera is trying to focus on something closer to the camera, and we can't see what it is because it looks like this is not the full length of the photo. Don't think. What's that at the top here? Yeah, I just definitely no other reflections. No, it's definitely a ceiling light with a chandelier. If we know where he's looking from, we might be able to work out what hotel it is and see what chandeliers they got. It looks like it's in a high rise. Whereabouts is it? It looks like a foreign country, doesn't it? Yeah. That, I think I'm right. And we'll leave it at that. And see if any other information comes out after. What are these guys going to say? Let's just have a listen. They're against weather.
It could be the end of a lightning strike or the beginning of one.
No.
Wow.
It's pretty interesting.
Moving your day, but the blue around it's very interesting. It has like this bioluminescence to it.
Looks like a chandelier.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking as well. That maybe
Chandelier.
somebody's in a building and then the chandelier's behind them and it's
There you go, guys. And I was really surprised if they'd come out with it,
reflecting
actually.
on the glass, but and then
The interesting part is the
Oh yeah.
is the
Like
wafer-shaped cloud right above it.
again,
That's
it
kinda
does seem
strange.
like it is absorbed within the cloud layer. So
Got that quintessential like
That's
Nilla
not-
wafer UFO shape right above it with the cloud.
See, even they come out with chandelier before Goofon had no clue. And let's have a listen to that going. Who come out with it first?
Chandelier.
somebody's in a building.
Here we go. That was about here. That's what I was
100%. Like maybe the layer of clouds lit behind could be the moon, a full moon going, rising, and then it hits the
sun.
cloud.
What?
That's having some kind of static charge on it. But some people see
Oh my
other
gosh,
things.
what is this? It's a Romanian cloud of sorts.
It's in Romania.
It could
looks
be
really
the
cool,
end of a
like
lightning
gas
strike or the beginning of one.
Wow.
It's pretty interesting.
Definitely your day, but the blue around it's very interesting. It has like this bioluminescence to it.
Looks like a chandelier.
These guys at the bottom are the first to say it. So wrong, and then these guys chip in.
That's what I was thinking.
Who's these guys at the bottom? They're a bit more cluey, obviously. Chandelier, they got it.
Well, that
Chandelier.
somebody's in a building and then the chandelier's
Oh look, here it goes now. He's chipping in old Blake. Oh yeah, it could be someone in the building. Chandelier's behind him.
them and it's reflecting on the glass, but and then
The interesting part is the
Oh yeah.
is the
Like
wafer-shaped cloud right above it.
again,
That's
it
kinda
does seem
strange.
like it is absorbed within the cloud layer. So
Got that quintessential like Nilla wafer UFO shape right above it with the cloud.
Yeah, but chandeliers do come with UFO shapes, so just that we didn't bother looking through every image.
Very, very much so. Yeah. Looks like a UFO, man.
Doctor Strange.
Strange.
Doctor's responsible.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Maybe.
That definitely makes sense. They're just promoting the new movie.
Yeah.
parallel universe.
It's a publicity stunt, yeah. It's,
Yeah, it might be really if you see.
Oh
if
yeah,
you look at,
Project
like, college
Blue,
programs
Project
and stuff
Blue
now.
Beam, right? Blue Beam. Blue Beam, yeah.
But
That's
those are storm clouds back there. I don't know if that's, it's hard to tell
That's
what
really
kind,
cool.
but
Do you think
it
it's
looks like
legit? Or is it like.
So you can even see here the whiteness here of this cloud is different to this source here. This looks almost like LED lighting, right? Has a slight blue tinge to it.
Altered anyway? Is there any way to be sure that it's the way it is naturally?
You know, it could be
so-
photo.
Yeah, I just ran it through filters. It is a real photo. It's not fabricated. It's a chandelier.
A little overexposure in there.
That's a possibility, but there's some work involved that indicates that. I'm thinking it's just a weather phenomenon, but then again, why would somebody go
So why did you go from the obvious, a chandelier?
out of their way to make it so obscure? To if they're gonna Photoshop something, you'd think that they just like, hey, they're gonna make it like a UFO. There it is, but they're being obscure about it. I'm adding some brightness contrast there as well. Let me get it. Let me get into this right.
Is
How's
this
it
a
there?
bug in Transylvania?
Romania.
Yeah, Romania. Okay, it was Romania. I forgot about that. They faked it.
All right, guys. Well,
That's the point. Can we actually find Romanian hotels? Let's have a look. Romanian hotels. Rooms. Okay, let's just put that in. Images. Okay, there's a lot of old type chandelier type buildings, isn't it? High rise there. Here we go. There's an old fashioned chandelier straight away. Not the one we're after though. There's another chandelier type one with the UFO dome coming downwards. Another dome type UFO one. Okay, not chandelier though. Another UFO dome one, but up the wrong way. Getting close. Chandelier. Another one. It'll be fun if you find it. Another chandelier, look. Multiple layers this time. That one kind of looks like a UFO. That looks the old-fashioned lantern one. We're not going to get lucky. Lucky. If we knew the address, maybe we could then. That one looks like a UFO, even in that picture. That looks very similar, doesn't it? Bedroom. Let's have a look at that one. Could be something like that, you know. So if it's too bright to see if there's any dangly bits. Okay, keep on going. That another UFO one. It's not one we're after though. Chandelier again in a bedroom. That one's too big, too long. Same with that one. They do like their chandeliers in Romania. There you go. Oh, look at that one. Was that sunk in? Yeah, sunk in, isn't it? That'd make a good UFO reflection on a window. That one's got spotlights. Oh, that's got a big round one there. Another chandelier. Not too big. You want a single layer of crystals. Come on, where are you? Another chandelier, but it's not turned on. Come and visit. What else we got? Must be getting to the end. Another chandelier, but it's the wrong one. Grand refused hotel room as staff. Okay, doesn't say much. No. Looks like it's quite nice rooms there though, doesn't it? Cost you a penny, I guess. Oh, look at that thing. Ice Hotel. Romania's Ice Hotel. Don't think it's that, but that's pretty cool. If you're a millionaire, you could have a bit of fun, but then isn't the war not too far away from that area? Come to Romania and see Ukraine being killed by Russians. This one that's got a reflection even in the window, look. Looks like a UFO. Chandelier, but the wrong one. It's too big. Too big. Looks very comfy. And scenic. Unfortunately, we didn't see what we're after, but there was some good ones here. Anyway, probably going to wrap up. What do you got? Oh, playing contrails.
Kind of events captured from around the world.
It's like a
A night dagger.
What if the space is like the deep ocean? And got those weird creatures that show up in weird
So
lights.
not saying anything
Like that
useful
thing
there.
with the fish with the. Like,
It used to show up all the time on like the ISS feed from like a few years ago too. So it's definitely interesting.
you think it could be a light phenomena?
Oh yeah.
It could be.
No, none of them are content on that is playing contrail. Anyway, that's that done for today. See if there's anything else left for the weekend coming up. And Scott's debunk we looked at. I don't think he's had anything more while we've been on. Let's just refresh just to be sure. Oh, he has. What's this? Oh no, it's an ad. Oh no, he hasn't. Okay. Yep, it's time to go, and I guess that's not loading pictures still. Nope. Okay, we're done for today. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining. Oh, we've got one still here. One supporter, yay! He doesn't like to chat too much. It's probably Qvid. Come on, Qvid, it's you, isn't it? Come on, admit it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Where's my control panel? Does it appear to? Did I actually close it down? Ta-ta. Good night, and it'll take a few hours to process. I need to go and get a little snack. And thanks for joining us, even if you didn't say anything on the side chat, or donate any money. This means I'm going to have to keep funding it out my own pocket. So I'll catch you next time, guys, and yeah, I haven't got my control panel up. Must have closed it. And I'll just do the end credits. And say good night and take care on the roads. Is it playing yet? Good night, everybody. I got to Google saying good night to me. At least someone cares. Long enough. Oh, you just got in there. Who was that? Randy. I haven't heard of you before. Welcome to the channel. But unfortunately, your name won't be on the screen now.